Howard.
Good morning, my friend.
You want me to talk now, or are you still talking?
No, I'll talk to you. Guess
Do
what?
you have a harmonizer in your home?
Yeah, listen to his voice. Let me talk to you like this.
Can I guess who your guest is?
Go ahead.
You can guess who my guest is, yes.
The zookeeper's wife?
Let me tell you something, my friend.
Let me tell you something, my friend.
Yes.
What did I say? Did you listen to us the first day we came on the air in Philadelphia?
I sure did.
Okay, you did.
Yes.
I predicted 3 things. I made prophecy. Did I make prophecy?
You sure did.
All right. I predicted 3 things when we went into Philadelphia. First of all, that zookeeper's a skunk. I can't stand him. Out of all the zookeepers in the country, I can't stand him the most.
Uh-huh.
And I predicted 3 things. Number 1, that we would trounce him into the ground, the zookeeper.
Yeah.
I knew we would beat him. I knew he sucked. I knew everybody thought he sucked. It just took time, you know? Secondly, I said that the zookeeper would be divorced once he lost all his ratings. Because he'd be horribly depressed, and it would be terrible to live with him. And also, I couldn't even believe that the zookeeper's wife would really, truly be interested in him. No woman
without
could
his
be.
ratings.
Yeah, without his ratings. Unless he had a lot of things going on in his life. I couldn't see that being a happy marriage. And I predicted one other thing. The third thing that I predicted was that one of you listeners would date the zookeeper's wife.
Oh, man.
And that's what's going to happen today.
Ooh.
The zookeeper's wife is with us.
She is with us.
Now I'm getting the chills.
She is now mine. She is now completely mine. The zookeeper's wife is mine.
We have her.
I have her.
She's way too fine for the zookeeper. This poor woman, imagine she had to kiss that big fuzzy face with that big mustachio and those gums.
And those protruding teeth.
The big protruding teeth. The wax lips. The chicken outfit.
And the bald head.
You ready? Yes. All right, wait a second. Fred, give me something
Some
regal.
appropriate music.
Some appropriate music for the zookeeper's wife from the first time I'm
A woman
meeting
who
her.
has been released.
A woman released. This is as much a coming out for her as it is for us.
A woman free of bondage.
Dude, can you believe it? Today, on the dating game, on Dial-A-Date, the zookeeper's wife.
Scarlett herself?
Yes, Scarlett. Didn't he call her Scarlett on the air?
I guess so. Yes, his Scarlet.
Yeah, well, screw that. Her name's Annette. And today,
This is no joke.
she's agreed to date one of you fools. And I hope it's...
Anything got to be better than what she was going through.
Robin, brace yourself for lightning. Here she is.
Here
Ooh, look
she
how cute,
comes.
too. What a shame you had to go through hell with that a-hole. Come on in. Oh, are you cute? Look how cute you are. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Come here, sit down.
Sit down. Sit down. I'm sitting.
Sit down. Look how cute you are. Nice body,
Cute I am.
cute face.
Wow.
No way he could get you. I've seen this guy. No way he could get you unless he had a happening job. You wouldn't have even looked at a guy like him. I bet you weren't even physically attracted to
But
him.
he's such a sweetheart.
But, you know, be
So
serious.
why are you leaving? He's so sweet.
Nicest guy in the world. Really. Really.
Now, Annette, you poor woman. You poor woman. Take off your
You've
leather
had our
jacket.
sympathy for many, many years. You know that.
Yeah. Why don't you take off your leather jacket so I can
6
look you
more?
over? Let me look over your body. Because by the end of the show, believe me, I'll be making out with you. That'll be great, huh?
Well, I can imagine that his show will be great today.
Yeah. As he
Has he
tunes.
gotten his new
Fabulous show today,
sidekick
yes,
yet?
Absolutely.
Did he get his new little sidekick? Mark the Drucker is gone, so you got to get a new one.
The sports guy?
Yeah, new sports guy. That's going to work real well. That'll bring him down to about a 2 share.
Oh, God.
All right, let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is great. You're now mine.
You are now mine.
You've come over to the dark side.
You're now my girlfriend. You're now my girlfriend.
She's your Scarlet.
You're my Scarlet.
Oh, do I have to be Scarlet?
You don't have to be any of that.
Thanks.
That's all over.
Thank
Don't
you.
even bring up those bad memories.
Thank you.
So what was it like around your house
It was marvelous.
when I, what are you, smoking cigarettes? You're a cigarette smoker, right?
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice.
Of course.
Is that because you were so stinking miserable in your marriage?
Who wanted to live?
Who would want to live? She prayed for cancer every day.
Oh, Lord.
You've escaped.
I've escaped.
What, do you got notes? Boy, you really are bitter. She's got
First
notes.
of all.
Yeah. This is weird, huh? Don't just relax and have a good time. Don't even worry about anything. Just have fun. The guy's a dick. And this is what he deserves.
He has one.
He's not he's not treating you well. He didn't treat you well.
Oh, he's still looking after me, bought a house around the block.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He wanted to be close.
Why would he
Exactly.
buy
He wants to take care of me still, right?
Why would he buy a house around the block from you? Is he
He
still
still wants to take care of me.
You think he's still in love with you?
I don't think so.
You don't think he is?
No.
He walked
I
out
think
on you or
he's-
you walked out on him?
I think he's, it was a mutual sort of
Thing.
thing.
What happened? You met the zookeeper how? Were you a fan of his? Did you used to listen to him
No, I
on the
met
radio?
him as soon as he came to town.
You met the zookeeper when he came to town.
Mm-hmm.
How did you meet him? In a club?
Between a friend.
You're a young, sweet girl. Your body, how much you weigh?
About 107,
107 pounds. How tall are you?
5'6".
You're in top condition. You're a young, how old are you?
34.
But you look like you're 23, right? So, does she not
sure.
look young?
She does. She has a very young look, very young quality.
And you go to a club. Had you ever been married before? Never. And you go to a club, and when you see a hideous, bald, giant mustachio with the, you know how he has his gums? You know how his gums and his teeth, they look like wax teeth and gums? You know, I'm not saying I'm any.
Like Sylvester.
I'm not saying I'm any stud or anything, but I know I'm better looking than him.
His dentist is going to appreciate this.
Yeah, right. Does he have a lot of dental bills? I mean, is he constantly at the dentist?
Yeah, well, they're trying to get those back in his mouth.
Yeah. They keep trying to escape. So, you go to a club and you're attracted to him? Were you is it love at first sight?
It was something like that, yeah.
Really? You were
Yeah.
in love with him at first sight?
Well, it was infatuation, lust.
What
Was it? What was it?
was it the fact that he had a radio show?
No,
Nothing
I
to do
didn't
with
know
that.
that he did. Didn't know that he did. Didn't know who he was.
But there was something going on at the club. Were they making a big deal? He was the new disc jockey in town? Mm-mm.
Maybe he just had that air about him because he was going on the air in Philly, you know, that kind
Maybe,
of
I don't
confidence a
know.
man will have.
Maybe I was ill that evening. I don't.
Yeah, maybe that was
There
it.
has to be something, Annette.
Were they making strong drinks that night at the club? Seriously, were you drinking a lot that night?
That's possible too.
Really? Really?
That must help.
So maybe you were looped and you didn't know what was going on. How great is this? The zookeeper's wife. And you are still technically married to him, right?
Technically.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
And you will date one of the listeners. Oh, that's great. This is so great. How
Not
great
one
is
of
this?
his listeners, one of our listeners.
Yeah, one of our listeners. And let me tell you something. She's cute. I hope you fall in love with one of my listeners. I hope you make love to him on the first date. By the way, I predict this will happen in Cleveland as well. I believe that...
You're going to have that Playboy bunny.
The guy, Lanigan, who's married to the Playboy bunny, I believe that she will be on Dating Game as well. And let me tell you something. When I first made this prediction, did you used to hear me make these? You probably used to listen to us, not him, in secret. Am I correct?
A little bit.
Yeah. Isn't that
little
great?
bit.
Come home from work. Howard Stern sucks. I was listening to him. It wasn't so bad. It was pretty good. Oh, not even you. How could you do this to me? Like, you probably didn't want to listen to us. You wanted to see your husband do well, but it's impossible to listen to him. He's unlistenable, isn't he?
No comment.
Oh, you can talk.
Look, she's a lovely, intelligent woman. How much of a zoo format could she take? Come on. How many birthday announcements can she listen to?
Yeah. Even the show got on your nerves, right?
At times.
Yeah. I
At
bet it
times.
did. I bet it did. What happened with Mark the Drucker?
Mark the Shark.
Mark the Shark. Mark the Shark. They had to give him a name. It's Mark Drucker. Mr. Drucker.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a real great guy. Did he ever hit on you?
Mark?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Just got married.
How come your husband dumped him from the show? Because you know why he dumped him? Let me tell you why. Because he's such a crummy radio guy, he dumps his partner and blames him for all his low ratings.
I see. So all of a sudden, Mark the Shark got bad.
Yeah.
He was good.
If anybody should have resigned, it's
and
Mark
then he got bad.
It shouldn't have been Mark the Drucker. It should have been the zookeeper. Am I correct on all this? Don't you agree? I mean, wasn't Mark the Drucker? What are you afraid to talk? You're afraid to talk, aren't you? What, did somebody get to you? Somebody got to her.
Oh, dear.
Why can't you speak your mind? What is the big deal? What are you afraid of?
What is he holding over
What is he
you?
holding over you?
What's he holding over me? Probably my life. I'm not sure.
Well, what are you tied up in litigation right now with the divorce?
You got it, baby.
I got it. So, in other words, you haven't come to a financial settlement with him yet.
No.
Don't worry, you'll clean him out. We'll help you out with
Don't
that.
stop till you got every penny.
Yeah, you just keep going.
deserve it.
You deserve every penny for sleeping with that guy. How many years did you sleep with him?
9.
9 years.
You don't have, she's almost crying when you make her remember that.
Yeah, well, you'd cry too if you had him on top of you. 9 years you slept with the Philadelphia zookeeper. You deserve every penny he's got. You know that, don't you? That's battle pay.
Well, it's nice. I don't slide out of bed anymore because of the mustache wax.
Right.
It's,
By the end of your marriage, when you really couldn't stand him anymore, was it what annoyed you the most? The mustache? You probably liked that the most when you met him, but that's what annoyed you the most by the end. Am I correct?
annoyed me the most. I'm telling you, he's a lovely human being.
What was it? Oh, boy, they really got to her.
Yeah, but there had to be something that got on your nerves.
Is it like kissing a Wysp broom? Yeah. Tell you, he ain't going to give you a dime. You know, he's going to fight you all the way in court. You might as well get this off your chest.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to all of a sudden fork over a lot of money if you're nice to him.
So what are you living on? Are you getting any kind of support?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you are?
He's being very generous.
Oh, he is, really?
Of course. I told you, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, but you're saying that with sarcasm. Nobody goes through a divorce and says that.
Of course I am.
I know. But anyway, she's here, and that's what counts.
That's right.
And we can put her on Dial-A-Date. Tell me what it was like around the house the day that I defeated the zookeeper in the ratings in Philadelphia. Was it a very sad day? Was it a day where you all tried to, not you, but he tried not to acknowledge it? How does one deal with being trounced in Philadelphia?
Trounced? Was it a trouncing the first time?
About 2 points. That's a pretty good trouncing.
2
Radio.
points the first time?
The first time, yeah, 2 points. And then it got worse.
That's a trouncing.
Yeah.
Damn.
So did he get real depressed, or did he try to act like nothing was happening, or did he make a big comeback?
I don't think that he really...
He didn't even
really-
acknowledge it.
No.
He didn't acknowledge it.
No.
He just didn't want to even
It
look.
was okay.
It was okay.
It was fine.
It was fine about
Yeah.
it. Doesn't matter.
Didn't matter.
Right. Try to put up a good face in
Well,
front of his
wait a
woman.
minute. Then the first problems must have occurred when the erosion started.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you got to say that in some way, his professional life falling apart had to contribute to the downfall of the marriage. Am I correct?
It's possible.
Yeah. Very possible.
But he was very cocky when we first arrived,
Right.
saying he had no fear, that he was the big man on campus,
Right.
and that was that. So as soon as we started to make some inroads, I'm sure that's when he got wild.
He never discussed the show with you and never said, I don't know, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand. Why would people listen to him? Never discuss that?
Not really. Just my lines used to end up on the radio the next morning, so...
Oh, your lines. Really? You mean you would say stuff and then he would use it on the radio?
Sure.
All of
Really?
a sudden you were writing the show?
Oh, man. So, hey, maybe I better let my wife write the show because I can't. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
Ah.
He was looking for help from anywhere.
Today, one of you, the listeners, will date the zookeeper's wife. That's right. The zookeeper is dead.
Whose lines is he using now?
Mark the Drucker's.
He's gone. He can't use his lines.
You know, it's unbelievable what's happened in Philadelphia. Not only did we become number one, not only did the radio station just become number one, not only did this guy lose his radio show, he lost his wife, and she's going out with one of our listeners. I love
She's
it.
here with us.
I love it.
She's come over to our side. She's ready to admit now she's a fan.
You're cute, I'll tell you that, honey. You'll have no trouble hooking up with another dude. No trouble. Let me tell you something. If
Well,
I
maybe
was single,
she's like through with men after him. I hope you don't think
nah,
that.
she just needs a good
No, I
man.
didn't come for the lesbian dialysis.
Let me tell you something. You seem very together. I'm very surprised at what I see. I figured his wife would be a big mess.
A big mess?
Yeah, I'm
I'm a
shocked.
small mess.
No. There's nothing wrong with you. What are you wearing? Super tight jeans, stretch jeans? Very rock and roll. And he's such a doofus.
Yeah, he's in a duck outfit.
Yeah, he's in a duck outfit. And look how cute you look.
With a captain's hat on.
You wearing a bra?
Oh, Lord.
Are you wearing a bra, Annette?
Are you?
No. I'm braless today.
Are you braless today?
Yeah, I'm
Proud
braless.
of it, he is.
You don't even have panties on. I know it. You're completely... I turn you on a lot more than your ex-husband, don't you? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. If
Oh,
I was
yes,
single...
absolutely,
If
Howard.
I was single...
I'm
If I was
enamored.
single, we'd have sex tonight.
I'm truly enamored.
We would have sex. Well, guys, I can't take her up on that because I'm a married man
With a pregnant wife.
with a pregnant wife.
Yes.
Oh, that's another thing he couldn't do, huh? Oh, dear.
Did you guys ever try to have children?
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
Apparently so.
And what happened? You couldn't get pregnant?
No, it was a rather boring time.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You mean it was so boring that you couldn't get pregnant?
No, that I didn't want to.
Oh, really? You mean you were so...
He wanted to, and you didn't.
And you were
Oh.
smart about it. You said, hey, I don't know if this is going to last. I better not get pregnant and involve a kid.
Exactly.
Wow. Because she knew that the kid would be bald. Because he has bald sperm, right? Right, Robin?
Yes, his sperm. Have you seen them? They're all bald.
Yeah, they're all bald. Bald. It's bald.
Mustaches.
Oh, this is the greatest show ever. I said that once we took away the zookeeper's ratings, we would have his wife. And we do. She's mine now. She's my wife now. I told you to get out of town, you stupid ass. Didn't I tell you that? Did I tell you to leave town? You get out of town. Philadelphia is my town now. You do what I say, my dog. You're my dog. I got your wife, you idiot. You're my dog. Bark for me. You do tricks for me. When I tell you to do something, you do it. You didn't think this would happen. You thought I was BSing, didn't you, zookeeper? I have nothing to live for except beating you into the ground. That's it. The most sorry existence on the planet is Howard Stern's existence.
No. His is even sorrier now.
All I do is wake up in the morning and dream of humiliating you. That's all I do. And now your wife doesn't even want you anymore. I have your wife. Your wife would rather be on my show than yours. Your own wife.
Nice tone.
Yeah. Your own wife is with me, and she wants to date one of our listeners. You'll probably have a good time. You'll meet a nice
Probably
guy.
will.
Yeah, you probably will.
I'm just sitting here thinking about how he can't answer the request line.
Yeah. They must be going wild. How great is this, dude? Do I make things come true or what?
Yeah.
Even I don't believe how true this became. I bet you'd like to date the zookeeper's wife, huh?
Howard, much like you are, my wife won't let me date.
Oh, you're married, huh?
Yeah.
Get off the line.
Nah, come on. The guy's
Oh,
just...
he was just somebody we were announcing this to.
The guy was just happy. He's happy to see you. We know
You
how
happy to
miserable
see
you
me?
are. We know how miserable you've been.
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 I'm very happy, thank you.
Are you happy now?
I'm very happy.
I bet it started
I'm
the day
Very happy.
you got him out of the house.
Have you started dating yet? Have you started dating at all yet, or are you
Yeah.
still? Oh, you have.
Yeah.
So there wasn't any period of adjustment that you needed.
No.
No.
Absolutely
You were
not.
ready to start
no,
dating.
I was ready.
You were.
I was truly ready.
You had waited 9 years, and now you needed to date.
I needed to date.
You needed a date.
I
When did
needed to
things
date.
Wasn't it great to be
Go
with
badly.
other men after this guy? I mean, it must have been like a breath of, like when you open the window in a stale house. Was it great? Yeah. You feel really good. Tell you got a tight little body, honey. I'm telling you. Wouldn't mind doing you. No problems falling into the arms of other men, right? I mean, there wasn't even a period of adjustment. There wasn't even a period of an adjustment, was
No.
there? No.
It wasn't like you had
No.
to get over him.
Yeah.
Get over the zookeeper.
Absolutely not.
Right. The zookeeper. How did you feel being married to a guy in a duck outfit and a sailor's cap? Did he ever try a toupee on around the house? Did he ever try for the toupee look? Did he?
Well, he used to comb his hair like way up over his head.
Oh, like dewlap it?
Dewlap it.
Yeah, but it wouldn't work.
In the back, and
Oh,
it didn't.
It didn't cover this bald spot.
Even
didn't come
from
up
the
to-
back, it couldn't cover.
No.
That huge bald spot.
So bald. To be so bald. Not a little bald, but to be so bald. Did you ever accidentally talk to his ass thinking you were talking to his head? Like, did you ever, like, wake up in the morning like you were at, like, you saw his ass and you went, oh, how you doing, John? And then,
No, but the dog slept with us, so
Yeah.
I was.
I got you. You weren't sure. Sometimes you think the dog was him? Yeah. I understand
He
that.
probably had more hair on his ass than he has
Yeah,
on
his head. Couldn't they transplant that hair from his ass onto his head?
Robin.
Oh, this is the greatest. Let's call this the DeBaldi Divorce Party 2 today.
There you go.
I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to go to our phones. Annette is here. Annette DeBella, the zookeeper's wife. And she's going to go out with one of you guys.
Yeah.
She probably hates him as much as we do. Maybe more.
Oh, he's so nice. Come on.
Yeah. You know what? When your divorce is finally through, then you're going to come on and tell me some
I'll
stuff.
be back.
Right now, we're going to fix you up with a man.
You know what? You keep saying this. He'll never divorce you. Don't do that.
Right.
Keep it quiet.
When will you be completely divorced? Do you have any idea of a timetable?
Oh, God, no.
How long do these things take? Haven't you guys?
What are the laws in Philadelphia?
Yeah, do you know?
Do you have to both
I think
consent
it's-
or something?
It's no fault in maybe 2 years.
Oh,
18
boy.
months, something like that.
So what do? You guys have to divide up your property and then that's it?
Yeah.
That's great. He just took a pay cut from his radio station, the zookeeper, because he has such low ratings. Then he's got to give up about 50% of his money and his assets.
Yeah.
You're living in the house, right?
Right.
Guy lost his house, too. Yes. Lost his ratings, lost his house, lost his wife.
It's like all those song parodies are true.
Oh, I love it. And you know that when I
They
came
were
to
lovely.
town, when I came to town, I said to him, get out of town. I gave him an offer. I said, leave town so this won't happen
Go
to you.
now.
I almost didn't get a honeymoon because of that.
Really?
Really?
Why? Because we were coming to town. He said, hey, we better not go on our honeymoon. I better stay in
right.
town and fight Howard. Mm-hmm. But you went on your honeymoon anyway.
I got to go to Tahiti.
You did.
God,
And the whole time he was sitting there going, I should be back on the air. I don't wonder what's happening. Am I
God
right?
knows what he was thinking.
Right.
Even the honeymoon wasn't that great.
Was the honeymoon?
Oh, it was a fine time.
It was?
Oh, yes. And
No,
a
you're
lovely
saying that
time.
sarcastically. You really are. What, you mean the honeymoon? You weren't even happy in Tahiti?
I was terribly happy in Tahiti.
No, seriously, were you?
But with him.
Yeah.
You were happy with him, or you were just happy because you're alive? Like,
And in
Well,
Tahiti.
right.
both.
So even on your honeymoon, you knew things were going wrong, didn't you?
You know, it was probably one of those situations where, she was in
I
the
woke
church, walking down the aisle,
Yeah.
and she's like, what the heck am I doing here?
Yeah.
But I don't know how to get out of it.
Right.
Oh, it was a lovely time. It was a lovely time.
Good thing you knew.
When's the album burning?
Did you, by the end, did you hate spreading for him?
Oh,
You did, didn't you?
I don't recall doing that at the end.
I see. All right, let me take a break here. Then we'll go to our phones, and we'll set up one of you listeners in Philadelphia with the zookeeper's wife, who weighs 107 pounds. What are you, about 5'6"?
5'6".
C cup? What are you, about a C or a B?
B.
You're a B? Looks big, though, because you got a thin body. Her breasts are pert. She has like a punk kind of dark black hairdo. Pretty face. Nice ass. No panties. You wearing thong? You wearing a thong? This has got to be killing this guy. His wife now is one of our fans. So you listen to our show every day?
Yeah.
It's better than the zoo, isn't it?
Wonderful.
Yep. You listen to us every day, don't you? Tell the truth. You
Yes,
do.
I do.
Yeah. The zookeeper's wife listens to us every day. Even his
in
wife.
his house. She's got all the radio stations tuned to us.
In his house. In his house.
And his car.
And his car is in the
My
car,
car.
too. In the car too. The station is on. Wysp is on in the car.
That and another college station, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I need some music.
Right. I understand. Did you ever hang a not welcome sign on your vagina when it got really bad? Did you? Did you throw them out of the house? There's so many questions I have. I love it. I love it. I love it.
I don't think I could have picked him up, no. That would have been impossible.
Hey, do you mind when we come back if I give you a little back rub?
A back rub?
Yeah, an innocent back rub. There's something
Not
nice
a problem.
About it. Not a problem? Good.
Not
Okay,
a
thank you.
problem.
Right, good. All right. I want to sit here on the air and rub her back while he listens. Because I told him to leave town. I have to touch her. I have to touch you. Annette, I have to touch you. All right? I want to touch you and make you feel good.
Okay.
All right?
Howard,
What?
can I ask her 2 questions before I go?
Go ahead.
One, does he answer the phone? Yeah, Zoo at home. And the next time you come to
Was there a
Philly,
big thing? That's a good question. Was there a big thing at your house when he dropped Yazoo? When he dropped the zoo? Like, did he discuss that with you at all?
Not really, no.
No, he didn't give a big discussion with that?
No.
No?
No.
Well, he didn't talk to you about anything, did he?
No.
No.
Oh.
Great marriage.
Look marriage.
Yeah, great guy.
No, I used to find out things that we were doing over the radio.
Right.
So,
And what was the other question, sir?
but the next time you come to Philly, can you broadcast from her house?
Yes. Would we be able to do that?
Oh, wonderful.
I was going to invite you down anyway.
Really?
Yes.
It's cool. All right, you know what we'll do? If it's okay with you, when your divorce is final, Annette, we'll do a show from your house.
Great.
All right?
Marvelous.
We'll have a little house party. We'll open it up and we'll have some fun. We'll have a few select people over, some friends.
Exactly.
And we'll have a little housewarming, me and you.
Oh.
And don't forget the listeners.
Yes, the listeners will be there. Yes.
All right, thanks, Howard.
We'll take a tour of DeBaldi's.
The prophecy comes true.
I love it.
Lay by the pool if it's still warm.
Yeah. Hey, me and you can be in a chaise lounge. We'll have a couple of pina coladas.
There you go.
And we'll sit there and we'll just get in our bathing suits.
Reminisce.
Sounds
Yeah. And
lovely.
we'll broadcast poolside.
Old friends.
Yeah, I love it. The humiliation is complete. There can be no more humiliation than this. Can there, Robin?
No.
All right, when we come back, let's try. Let me give you a little back rub. Let me make you feel good. Let me relax you, all right?
Lovely.
Okay. And then after we do that, I'll get some guys on the phone, and one of our listeners will date the zookeeper's wife.
Yeah.
And to that peckerhead in Cleveland, this is going to happen to you too, you imbecile. You keep your mouth shut. You be my good
This
boy.
is a warning to all.
And don't think, you listen, if you had asked the zookeeper 3 or 4 years ago, if I would have had his wife on, and he would have been divorced, and I would have kicked his ass in the ratings, he would have laughed. Oh, am I full of myself now? We'll be back right after these words.
Howard predicted 3 things would happen. Number 1, the zoo would fall, and it has.
You will soon be fired with a 0 rating and a wife that's dating.
Number 2, the zookeeper would lose his wife, and he has.
He's bald. He's bald. He is bald. He is bald. She is gone. She is gone.
Number 3, and now the prophecy continues. Howard said that you, his loyal listeners, would date the zookeeper's wife.
Mark Voger, Asbury Park Press. Howard,
Asbury Park Press,
All
Robin.
right.
Yes, go ahead.
Howard, do you believe that Mrs. DeBella would actually participate in a dial-a-date, and what steps will you be taking to contact her?
I most certainly, will contact the zookeeper's wife. There have been some preliminary contacts made. The zookeeper's wife, I believe, will be on dial-a-date. Mark my words. That will be the ultimate triumph.
And you will. Today, the prophecy comes through on Gibaldi Divorce Party 2.
Everybody loves the Baldy divorce party number 2. No longer do you have to suffer the humiliation of being Mrs. DeBaldi. You have now joined the ranks of the human. It's almost like you were a zombie for 9 years, and now you're back, and you're lively, and you're feeling good.
That's right, baby.
Is that your best friend over there, who you brought with you?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Who is that?
That's Janet.
Hi, Janet.
How you doing, Howard?
You're not bad yourself. You married?
Yes.
You were friends with the zookeeper and his wife during the entire marriage?
I grew up with Annette.
You grew up with Annette.
Yes.
So you sort of inherited.
Yes.
What was Annette like? Was she severely depressed during her marriage to the zookeeper? Did you find her less than happy?
She was different than I knew her growing up.
Right. She used to be a lot more fun-loving.
She was just different.
How is she now? Has she recovered?
She's doing great.
Now she's recovering.
She's doing great.
You see the old Annette.
You know, I talked to a therapist before we met, Annette. Annette, we talked to a therapist before we met, and she assured me that someone who goes through a marriage like yours, a difficult marriage, that there is depression, fatigue, change in personality, loss of appetite. Did you experience these things?
Many of them.
Many of them. Did you notice them in your friend? Did you try to warn her? Did you say get away?
A lot of those things happen.
You did, and you tried to get her away from the zookeeper. I'm sure you said to her, hey.
Well, you probably didn't want to say.
Maybe you
Dump
didn't want
your husband.
You didn't want to interfere.
No, because the John I always saw was very nice.
Right.
His public face.
Okay.
The public face. I see. You didn't know what was going on behind closed doors. How could you have known?
No, and Annette did not tell.
Because she was a good wife.
You were a good wife, weren't you, Annette?
Darn good wife.
Yes, and you did not let out your most hideous of secrets.
That's right.
The most evil of secrets, that things were not well in the household.
Oh.
Poor Annette. But today you're among friends.
I feel that.
You are no longer sleeping with the enemy. You're with us now. You're among friends. You're with a family now. The Manson family.
It's a family.
But
Come
it's a
on,
family.
I feel
You're here.
loved.
Yep.
Just call me Squeaky.
That's right. Annette is a beautiful, vivacious woman. The Annette that you know is a very, very caring, loving woman. Am I correct?
Very much.
And it probably pains you to see her go through so much torture. Am I correct?
It does. It hurts.
It does hurt.
Oh.
She's doing great.
And she's going to do even better today.
She's doing great.
She's going to do even better today because I'm going to get her a real man. A man who can satisfy her in every way, emotionally and physically. I'm going to find you a man, Annette.
You're going to find me a man?
You're damn right. Well, it shouldn't be too hard.
I have one.
Oh, you do have a man now?
Yeah.
But you're seeing several people. Just one guy you're seeing?
Yeah, I'm just...
But you're open to new dates and new ideas, right?
Oh, sure.
You're not going to tie yourself down immediately to one guy, are you?
No. Yes, no. Yes, no.
You
yes,
don't know.
No.
So you're seeing a guy now?
Sorry, Jack.
This is Jack who you're seeing, right? Now, how did you meet Jack?
He's been a friend for quite a while.
For a long time. Did the zookeeper know Jack?
Yes.
He did. So you're dating one of the zookeeper's friends then, right? I love this woman. Do you love it? I love it. You're dating one of the zookeeper's friends.
Yes.
You really know how to hurt a guy. I love it. So
I had to do something.
So do you have this guy over your house and stuff, and you guys party and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So now that John is in the neighborhood, he can see you two.
Right.
Coming and going.
Now, why would your ex-husband or your ex-husband-to-be...
Ex-husband-to-be,
Yeah.
yes.
Now, your boboyfriend, is he bald with a mustache, or you got a completely
No,
different...
he's great head of hair.
You got a great head of hair.
Great head of hair.
I got you.
Great body.
Great body. Does he smoke does he smoke a lot of cigarettes and stuff?
Not a whole lot, no.
I see, yes. It's a breath of fresh air. Hey, your friend over there isn't too bad either. You two ever get it on?
Oh.
No? Why? What's wrong with that? You say that like it's a bad thing. You got a hot little body yourself. Where'd they grow you girls?
Jersey.
Jersey? Is that where you're both from?
Yeah, Jersey girls.
You married too?
Well,
Yes.
Oh, you are? You got kids?
2.
Oh. She got big jugs. You're a D cup, aren't you?
No.
See?
After children, you know. And
Yeah, but well, my wife after children, she had like they get small
yeah,
afterwards.
that's right.
You got a C cup at least. True?
should have seen her in high school.
Really? Big
Ooh la
cans,
la.
huh?
Ooh la la.
You guys were never attracted to one another in a lesbian kind of way? Never? Ever see each other naked? Ever see her naked?
I believe so.
Really? Attracted at
I
all?
must have.
Never attracted, huh?
No.
No. Annette might
Good
be.
question.
Really? I think Annette's attracted to you. That'd be great if you would have gone lesbian
Oh, God.
after being married to the zookeeper. That would have been great. Wouldn't it have been? I just can't stand guys
That
anymore.
would be the ultimate.
Well, this is too much fun. I'm having too much fun. Come over here. Let me rub you down. Let me give you a back rub. Come over here. Come on. Let me loosen you up. You're a little nervous. You're a little tense. Come on. You know how it'll drive your ex-husband crazy to have you in my arms and rub you down. Don't you think, Robin?
Absolutely.
Here, come over here.
That
Take off your
you
headphones.
touched his wife?
Yeah, come on. I'll come over here. I'll touch you. Come on, what's the big deal? Come here.
I remember once meeting Annette, he wouldn't let me talk to her.
Annette wanted to talk to us because we're her favorite radio people. Come here, Annette. Come over here. Come here. Come here. Take a seat. Take a seat.
Take a seat.
The zookeeper's wife is in my lap. Hey, zookeeper, your wife's in my lap. I'm with her now. You got to admit, I feel a lot more masculine, don't I?
Oh, I'd say so.
Don't you feel a little bit of a twinge of excitement?
A twinge, a tingle.
Let me rub you down. Just tell me what's going through your mind as I rub you down, so your ex-husband can hear.
Ooh, what the heck was that?
How's this feel? How's this feel? How's that feel?
Lovely.
How do you like that?
It's lovely.
Am I just rubbing your shoulders?
Yes.
You mind if I kiss your neck? Is there any big deal to that? Is there anything wrong with that? Do you mind if I kiss your neck? Do
Am I being attacked?
you mind if I kiss your neck?
Kiss my neck.
Hold it. Let me move your hair. You just need some. You need some gentle.
Tender loving hair.
Oh, how'd that feel? How'd that feel?
It was marvelous.
Really? Did you like it?
I'm really turned on.
Can I rub you back some more?
Sure.
Look at this. She's in my lap. I'm rubbing her back and kissing her neck. You stupid bald idiot. You dummy. Look at this. How's that feel? Good, huh? I feel a little excitement here. I feel it. I feel it between us. Hey, if my wife's listening, this isn't cheating. This is competing. Yeah. How's
So
that feel?
he says.
Yeah, what about your shoulders? Let me do this. How's that?
Ooh.
Feels good, doesn't it?
Very nice.
Now you're relaxed.
No.
I got to admit, I'm a little aroused. Did he ever rub you down like this? No.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
did?
he did.
Not as good as I'm doing. Admit it. My hands are much more masculine, aren't they?
Well, he had good hands.
Yeah, but mine are better.
Admit mine are better.
Admit mine are better. Tell the truth. Whose hands are better right now?
Well, I guess I'd have to have him here to compare. So.
Oh, come on. You had him for how long?
You can't even
A
remember.
long time. I can't remember, Robin. That's right.
Aren't you getting a little excited? Isn't there any energy between us?
Yeah, sparks are flying.
Yeah,
It's
come on.
amazing.
All right, I'll leave you alone. Come on. I had enough with you.
She's had enough of DJs.
How'd you like? Yeah, I think watch this wire here. Don't trip on that. All right. I just can't believe I had you in my lap and I was rubbing you down. If I was single, I would have had your pants off. In 2 seconds. Hey, let's get out of our clothes and relax. Hey, zookeeper, I just had your wife in my arms.
You'd be doing a little naked therapy.
Yeah. I would do it right on the air just to rub it in. You and I would be banging right on the air. Tell me how wild that would be. All right, when we come back, the DeBaldi divorce party continues. I will then go to the phones.
We have to look for candidates.
I will find dates for Annette DeBella, Mrs. DeBella, as I predicted. She is now mine. I'm dealing her out to you guys.
Dealing me out?
Yeah, I'm dealing you out.
Piece of meat?
Yes.
Hey, wait
No,
a
of course
second.
not. You're a very vulnerable woman right now. I have to find you the right guy.
That's right.
I will find you the right man.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be funny if we found her next husband?
Yep. She's very pink and very available, guys. And you know what? She just needs a really good guy to help her through this very traumatic time. And that's
Show her
when-
a good time. Teach
Yeah.
her how to laugh again.
It's going to be
That's
great.
right.
I'll go to the phones right after these words. We're like a cat with a mouse. Like to keep, and who knows what the next humiliation will be.
Yeah.
The zookeeper. By the way, this just in out of Philadelphia. The zookeeper in Philadelphia, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, now they've taken his whole show and they're going to revamp it.
Okay.
They stopped calling it the zoo. That didn't work.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do, so they just hired a sports guy, Howard Eskin. And he's going to sit there and team up with the zookeeper and talk sports with him. So they
He'll
had
be there constantly.
So the zookeeper couldn't take it because he felt like he was no longer in charge.
Yes.
So they go into a meeting and the zookeeper picks up the phone to the press. He says, "I am definitely still the head of the morning show." Then the general manager comes out and goes, "Well, that's not exactly true. They're sort of both the head of the morning show."
Ooh.
Then it says here, quote, this is from an inside mole at
mole?
at WMMR, an actual mole.
On John DeBella's face.
Right. It says, the first day that John heard about this whole plan to bring in a sports guy, I think John was in denial, whispered one MMR mole. So now your husband
Yes.
will no longer really be in charge of the morning show at MMR.
Sort of seems that way.
It certainly does, doesn't it, my dear?
Yes, it certainly does.
Doesn't that make you want to kiss me? Oh, yeah. I'll tell you something. We're having a good time together, aren't we?
Yes.
We are having fun.
A blast.
This is the first time you've ever been on the radio. Is that true?
Well, the only other time was when my gardener was almost struck with the telephone pole.
The gardener was almost struck by a telephone pole?
Yeah, and John put me in the air, and I didn't really know that I was on the air.
Right.
And he was on with, what's his name?
Which idiot was he on with?
A comedian.
A comedian. Must have been real memorable radio. You don't even remember it.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Zookeeper never even had his wife on the radio. Would you say he was embarrassed to put you on the radio?
I didn't particularly want to be.
You didn't want to be on the radio.
Mm-mm.
But for us, you want to be on the radio.
That's right.
It's a different feeling.
I'm here, aren't I?
You're damn right. Yes. So there it is. Let's go to the phones and see what kind of guys are calling in for you, Annette. The zookeeper's wife, ladies and gentlemen.
So the general manager came in and told the reporters that John DeBella is not running the show.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like this. Jock and roll. That's what they're calling the unholy alliance between rock DJ John DeBella and sports motormouth Howard Eskin. October 5th, coming to a radio near you. If you kept up with your reading, you already know that these are a couple of outsized egos in need of regular Rescue 911 style massaging. There was DeBella in the Thursday morning paper saying he'd still be MMR's big kahuna in the morning. Guess what? He is a big kahuna. And there was Eskin begging to differ, saying that he'd be a big kahuna too. So here's two guys trying to, can you imagine on this morning show if they just, now understand this humiliation, Robin.
Right.
Imagine on this morning show if they brought in somebody to work with us who had like equal billing with us.
Yeah, how would that go?
And was still in the paper saying, hey, I'm now also in charge of the show.
Right.
How would that go? How would that go down?
The first morning would be just peachy.
Yeah. Yeah, that would go real. I take them and throw them right out of here.
Can I be in charge now?
What kind of imbecile, exactly, Annette, what kind of imbecile would put up for something like that? A desperate one, that's who.
I told you last week it sounded to me like they were doing everything they could to make him quit, and he still wouldn't.
Annette's looking for a new big kahuna, big hairy kahuna. One with hair on his head.
I told you, he has a lovely head of hair.
I know, your other kahuna. I'm going to find you a better kahuna.
This one's not so bad.
Well, you can always have one in reserve.
Yeah, that's good.
By the late afternoon Thursday, everybody involved, DeBella, Eskin, Fee, MMR program director Joe Bananas, and morning show producer Kevin Goon had spent 2 solid hours cloistered. Can you imagine all the guys who work on this show?
Joe Bananas and Kevin Goon are in a meeting with you?
Kevin
Joe Bananas.
Gunn is my son.
Who is?
Kevin Gunn. Oh,
Kevin
great
Gunn.
guy. Great guy.
Good guy.
Good guy.
So in
Really
other words,
good guy.
he sides with you in all of this.
Don't know, but he's a great guy.
Has spent 2 solid hours cloistered behind closed doors trying to work things out. Bottom line, DeBella and Eskin came away sounding happier than a couple of lovelorn losers who'd stumbled into each other's arms on the Love Boat promenade deck. So in other words, this guy DeBella just like bent over and gave up his whole show to some goon.
He said, give it to me.
To some goofy sports guy. Stupid ass. Your wife's here with me, you jerk, this morning. Get out of Philadelphia. I'll tell you where you can go. There's not going to be many places left. You come here and kiss my feet. And you lick your wife's ass right here on the air. But you'll do what I tell you to do with your wife. You treat her properly. You don't treat her properly, I'm going to make life more miserable for you. What do you think of that? That divorce better go smoothly. You better give her everything she wants. Or else I'm going to make life miserable for you.
So now these two guys are going to get on the air and pretend they're friends?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
2 idiots.
I love those kind of shows.
Me too.
How must your husband be acting at home? Or his new home? So he moved in around the block from
Around
you.
the block, 30 seconds.
What is that? Is that to what? Is that to say, hey, I can still live here? Isn't that silly? Isn't that childish to move around the block?
I sort of thought so.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought it was rather strange.
What is he trying to prove? What? To flaunt in your face what?
I don't know.
You don't know. You have no idea why.
Not a clue.
Trying to get on with your life, trying to be civil about the thing, and the guy has to move around the block from you.
Around the block.
Sounds like he's not through.
Yeah, no, he's not through. He's gonna dig the shiv into her. You stop it, boy. You sell that house. You hear me? You do what I tell you to do, you dog face. Mishkite. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, sir. Yes, good morning.
Oh, Captain Jenks.
Yes, hello,
All right,
Mrs.
Captain
Zookeeper.
Jenks. Yes. Now, hey, Captain Jenks, what do you think of having the zookeeper's? Did you ever think we'd have the zookeeper's wife on the air?
Oh, Howard, I am wetting myself.
Get some
Mrs.
towels.
Zookeeper?
Now, of course, Captain Jenks is the guy who used to call the zookeeper on the air and really hassle him.
Yes, has he ever mentioned me to you?
I've heard of you, yes.
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 Hey, now, wait a second.
I have.
Why don't you let Captain Jenks play Dial a Date? Let him be one of the guys to play.
I would love to take you
if you
to
want to
a
drive your...
Didn't you used to come by the house, like, often?
No,
Stand
I
on
never
screen?
actually came by the house.
No.
No.
Hey, I thought
See,
you
that
said...
was John's paranoid schizophrenia.
I see.
You're saying that you never did come by his house?
Of course not, Howard.
I see.
Not even once.
Not even once.
All right.
I thought you said you did.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
What'd you say?
I'm trying to get a date with her.
Oh. Are you trying to act normal?
Yeah. All right, I'll tell you. I may have stopped by once or twice and put a WYSP bumper sticker on a stop sign or two.
That's all.
But that's it.
Ah.
Now, Annette, let me tell you.
You have a beautiful voice, Annette.
Hey, by the way, Captain Jenks.
Sweet talker.
Captain Jenks.
Yes.
You've seen Annette, right?
I've seen her many, many times.
Very pretty, right?
She's very pretty.
You would like to go out with her.
I would love to go out with her.
Where have you seen me?
Excuse me?
Where have you seen me?
Well, if you recall, I showed up at the TV show, the failed TV show John DeBello.
What was that like for your husband when his TV show... He really thought he was going to be a TV star, didn't he? He really thought that was going to work out, didn't he?
Yes.
He had no idea that nobody would be interested in seeing him on TV with that horrible show.
After the first show, did you have to go home and tell him how bad it was? Or did you lie?
No, of course not.
And it was bad, too.
Yeah. Would you be honest with him, or would you say, hey, let me try and pump this guy up a little bit?
I was supportive.
You were supportive.
Yes.
Even though you were crying inside because the show was so embarrassing to you and your family.
You're singing, dear.
What about letting this guy play Captain Jenks?
Yeah.
You know, if anything, if you want to drive your ex-husband crazy, this will certainly put him over the edge.
Yeah, Jenks will
I
work
like
on him
that,
forever after this.
What is that you said there, Captain Jenks?
Well, John has been in commercial ever since, you've had her in, and he's not talked yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure he's probably listening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hello,
Hi, John.
So I figure he's probably listening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hello,
John.
Do you realize now everyone listens to our show, even
John.
even our competitors?
I was going to say a little earlier that we've already gone up by one because I'm sure he's tuned in.
Our ratings are way high now. I'm sure all of Philadelphia and everywhere else is waking up and going, I can't believe they have the zookeeper's wife. But even she can't take it. She has to go out and find a decent man.
People are yelling it between cars. You've got to listen to this.
When you told him his TV show was good, did you cross your fingers when you did that so you wouldn't be lying?
No, I was supportive.
You were supportive.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, you sound like a great
I was a
wife.
good wife.
Did he dump you?
Did he dump me?
Yeah.
No, like as I said, it was rather mutual.
It was.
That we couldn't stand each other anymore.
I see. The sight of him made you ill.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of. I don't blame you. It makes me ill, too. All right. Can Captain Jenks be one of the bachelors who gets to try to date you?
Yeah,
Yes.
It's up to you. I mean, you decide.
Sure.
Yeah?
Sure, why not?
You feel okay about that?
Sure.
He's a fun guy. He really is. Can you imagine if you win, Captain Jenks?
He can share a lot of DeBella stories with you. Trade.
Can you believe that?
I will take you to the nicest restaurant here in Philadelphia.
All right, Jenks, keep it in your pants. You'll get your chance. I'm just screening now, all right?
Cool.
Imagine these two plotting together.
Oh,
It would be unbelievable. All right, Captain Jenksy Pooh, you can play. You're bachelor number one.
Cool.
All right. There he is, Captain Jenks, getting through. Yes, you're on the air.
This is the cruelest, the most horrible thing I've ever heard of, and I love it.
Yeah. Yazoo.
Howard, I woke up this morning and I went, oh my good Lord.
Yep.
I could not believe it.
Now we did it.
Can I ask Mrs. Annette a few questions here?
Well, actually, she's the one doing the asking.
Yes,
Okay,
certainly.
By the way, on our phone, I don't know if you recognize his voice. This is Cardinal O'Connor.
no.
Thank you.
Cardinal.
The Cardinal of New York.
So I have to call.
Yeah, he had a call. He loves it.
Yes, I love it.
And you haven't dated in, what, 50, 60 years?
It's like dust down there.
Yeah. All right, you're from Philadelphia. You sound like a good guy. Would you like to date the zookeeper's wife?
Absolutely.
Are you a good-looking guy?
Yes, I actually look like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Really?
Really?
And you're in good shape? You have muscles?
Goodness.
Yes, I'm about 5'10", 185, 190.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bouncer at a sports bar.
I see. A bouncer at a
Which
sports-
one?
What's that?
Which one? Can you say?
I don't know if I want to say it over the air.
Oh.
Is that
Have you ever
okay?
seen Annette before?
No, I never have.
A very lovely woman. I don't know how she fell in with the zookeeper, but she must have, like, maybe...
How did she do it?
She said something, she was hypnoptized, is that it?
Well, I am nearsighted.
You are nearsighted.
How did she do it?
How did you do it? How did you fall in love with the zoo? I mean, what happened? Were you temporarily insane?
Well, you know,
It's
they say
possible.
love is blind, Howard.
It's possible.
Howard, well, have
Maybe you got caught up in the
But I
excitement
did.
of being a guy on the radio. Maybe it was that. Is that possible?
No.
No?
I didn't know that he was on the radio when I met him.
No, I don't mean when you met him, but I mean, you know, maybe it became more attractive because the guy at least got into some concerts and stuff.
No.
Annette,
Yeah.
Apparently, he used to be a different guy.
Yeah.
You fell in
He
love
was
with a different guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so when
he
he-
was a different guy.
You're saying he was a little more
nicer-
humble when he came to Philadelphia, and then when he got big-headed with this success of his, things changed. Am I correct?
You might say that.
Right. So the point is, we brought him back down to his humble self again. We're humbling him.
Could I ask?
See, this is what happens. These guys get full of themselves. They get
Right.
His ratings were only because we weren't there.
He thinks he walks on water because he's on the radio.
He's a dick. Anybody who has a brain knows when you're on the radio, you're the lowest scum of the earth.
That's awful.
Even I know that about myself. What do you think? I'm carried away?
The biggest star in radio is just a little star.
I'm always good to my wife. You know why I'm good to my wife? Because I know I'm nothing. I love these guys who think they're something because they're on the radio.
Your wife is very beautiful there, Howard.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
How did it sound when I was rubbing the zookeeper's wife's back?
I cannot picture it being any worse except for him maybe jumping off the Walt Whitman Bridge.
Yes. Isn't this
uh,
great? Robin, if I ever lose my ratings, you just shoot me, okay? I don't want to go through any of this.
Don't want to go through this.
Could you
I
imagine?
was thinking about that. I was just having little flashes of what might happen
Can you
to us,
imagine?
and I don't want to know. I don't want to be there. We'll jump together, Howard.
Can you
we'll
imagine
hold
me?
hands and we'll leap.
Right. Can you imagine me putting on a record, tuning over to another station, and some guy is rubbing my wife's back on the air?
Oh, worse, while you're talking to a sports guy.
Yeah. And I'm kissing her neck. I love it. By the end of the show, we just have to actually get down on the floor and at least
Bark
go to
like
third
dogs.
base. Yeah.
That'll be the best.
It's the greatest. All right. So do you want this guy to play? Bouncer?
Well, he wants to ask me a question.
What's that?
Well, we could play that
Didn't you
during...
say you wanted to ask me a
Yeah,
question?
but during the game. Let's just see. Are you interested in him playing?
Sure, if he looks like... Yeah.
You look like
absolutely.
Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hold on, okay?
Okay.
All right. So far, you got
Sir.
two guys. We're going to get one more.
Okay.
And then we're going
guy.
to play.
And then we're going to play. And one of them is Captain Jenks.
Oh, that's funny.
Captain Jenks. I
Would
hope-
that be the ultimate?
Oh.
If he wins the date?
And you should just sleep with Captain Jenks. Just sleep with him.
I can only tell you how miserable that would make your husband.
This is the most beautiful day of my life.
It is lovely out. Yes, you're right.
I'm as happy as a clam.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
What does a Grand Cherokee have?
It is the most new and improved version of the old-style Cherokee. It's
You know
got
when Fred gets
full-time four-wheel drive.
You know when Fred buys something, it's always like
Now,
the
why
best
are you
thing.
putting the product down? I'm
No,
telling you
no.
what a great car it is, and you're about to subtly put it down
No,
in your
no,
own
no.
way.
I'm about to say that whenever Fred gets something new, you know how he makes it sound like you should get one.
That's right.
Fred.
No, because I know
Come
what
here,
you
come
were
here. I'm
about
going to
to say.
smack you in the head.
Why?
What are you talking about?
I'm enthusiastic about it. I think
I
it's
was
great.
just pointing out how enthusiastic
Well,
you
that's
get.
good. That's
What's the matter with you?
Fred really
I stand
researches
corrected.
this stuff, is what Howard was saying.
Oh.
No, because last time
You know
we
what it
started
is?
talking about it.
You know what it is?
No, wait. Can I say something? here?
You're intoxicated from the zookeeper's wife being
You
here.
wanna
It's
know
the only
something? She does
explanation.
smell pretty good.
That's right. Fred's in love with Annette.
And she had her ass in my face. which is great.
Ah, see, he's trying to take over the show now.
Every time the zookeeper's wife bends into her pocketbook for a cigarette,
I get a good look.
I get a good look at her ass. Nice tight ass.
Yeah.
What do you work out or something?
Swim.
Swim a lot, huh?
Yeah. Love to swim.
In the zookeeper's pool. Excellent. I'm going to come up when we do the show from your house. We can't do a poolside unless we did it like next week or something.
Right,
You know
it
what I
would
mean?
be kind of hard to do that in the middle of winter.
Maybe we'll do it from your bathtub.
Yeah.
We'll all get in bathing suits.
Okay.
That's what we'll do. Anyway,
Should be fun.
you know who likes you? Fred. Guy over there.
Yeah.
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 So we kept this a pretty good secret, didn't we, Annette, that you were coming on to dial a date?
I guess we did.
Yeah, I think we're shocking a few people, huh? Isn't that great? It's the greatest thing. Hold on, let me play the little promotional piece.
Bold
divorce party continues today. It's time to kick a little more ass.
Baldy, baldy. Whoa, whoa. You really blow. I kiss my black ass.
Howard predicted.
Yes, I'm proud to have Annette DeBella. Will you keep the DeBella name, or will you lose that once you get your divorce?
It'll be gone.
It'll be gone.
Yes.
What name will you go to?
Gammon. As in back.
And I bet you can't wait.
Actually, I can't.
You can't wait. She will no longer be Annette DeBella.
She wants to sever every tie.
Well, wouldn't you, if you were Robin DeBella? If you were that
I don't
idiot?
think I could show my face. I
Yeah.
don't think so.
Even his name will be washed from your memory. Do you know what? With time, you'll forget this horrible experience. With time.
The whole thing wasn't horrible, though.
Well,
really.
Sounds like a good portion of it was. Let's face it. You know I'm right. Well, all right. There you go. No, I'm sure there were times that you felt some love for this guy, but...
Oh, it was lovely in the beginning. It
in the beginning.
really was.
How long would you say the beginning was? 4 years?
Yeah, about 4 or 5.
4 or 5. So there was about 4 years of hell in there. 3 to 4 years of hell.
Well, no, I wouldn't describe it as hell.
Nothing
but
you would describe it as.
Tense.
It was tense.
Yes.
Well, thank God you survived.
Thank God.
Thank God. The day he had to change the zoo name, were you there? Did you know about it, or he didn't discuss it with you?
Yes, I knew about it.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Did it kill him?
No. No, he wanted to.
Wanted to.
Wanted to.
Ever mention my name around the house? Was I allowed to be mentioned in the house?
Mm-hmm.
I was.
How?
You were mentioned.
I was mentioned. When things
I
got
can't
bad?
say it was in a very good way, but
Right.
you were mentioned.
Good. I'm your worst nightmare. Zookeeper. Zookeeper. Your wife is with me now. She's on my show. Zookeeper. Zookeeper. Hi, you're on the air. Would you like to date the zookeeper's wife?
Sure.
Sure you would.
Sure.
Well, you got to be a special kind of guy.
Yeah, well.
Are you a special guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you
What's
are.
so special about you?
See how stupid this guy is? I'd love for him to
God,
date
you
the
sound
zookeeper's
so
wife.
excited.
I love it. The stupider, the better.
Yeah, man, I'm not stupid.
Well, you know, you're pretty dumb, right?
No, I'm pretty smart, actually.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You went to college?
I'm going to college now.
Oh, I see. You're a young guy.
Yeah.
Well, you don't sound like you got a great personality.
Well, I do.
Where do you keep it
Sorry, I was
hidden?
never on the air before.
Yeah, why don't you come up with it? Did you dial the phone all by yourself?
Break it out. Come on. Let's go.
All right. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Howard.
Big date today. Hi. It's big day today with the zookeeper's wife. Yes, you will be with the zookeeper's wife. If you hit it off, is it possible that you can go to the zookeeper's house and party there?
Oh, yeah.
No, I know you could.
You could.
Annette,
I
is it
haven't
possible?
invited you yet.
What if you date this gentleman and you fall
like
for
him.
him and you like him? It's possible that he might pick you up at the house and spend
It's
some time in the zookeeper's
possible.
house. Yeah, it's possible. Why
But
not?
of course.
It's your house.
Right. For the time being.
Well, you have to go to court, and if things go well, it will be your house, right?
I believe we're going to sell it.
You can sell it and split the money. Good. That's great.
Lots of cash.
You should get 50% of everything he owns.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he's worth? Do you have any idea?
Not off the bat, no.
No, you don't. Well, you know what his contract and stuff was, right? He would discuss that with you.
Yeah.
You know all that.
Well, you know it, too.
I know it, too. And it's slightly exaggerated in the newspapers, too. He even had to take a pay cut this time around. Did you know that?
I don't know what's going on with him at this point
Right.
in time. We really don't speak too much.
He was probably all full of himself when he signed that big contract.
He was quite happy.
Yeah, now you're quite happy because you're going to get half of whatever he saved from it. Yes. So he buys a house around the block from you.
It's very pretty.
Doesn't that mean he's trying to... Is it possible that
Is
he's
he
trying
using your money?
Is he using some of your money to buy that house? That could possibly be your money, couldn't it? If the court might find it that way.
I really am not sure about that.
But it's possible, is it not?
I guess it could be.
Right, because if you're entitled to 50% of his money, if he's using up all his assets to buy stuff, isn't it possible that he's spending your money?
I guess that is possible.
So he might even have to sell that house if the court forces him, right?
That's possible.
Yes. Well, I have one of your potential new boyfriends on the phone.
How old are you?
30.
30?
Yes.
Good-looking guy?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
I don't know.
You know what you look like?
You muscular?
Is there a mirror in the
Yeah.
house?
You athletic?
Yes.
You bang a lot of girls?
Not really.
Well, how good-looking could you be?
Well, the AIDS thing, you know?
Yeah, you're worried about AIDS?
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of girls want you, but you're withholding yourself.
Right. So a lot of girls want you, but you say, hey, the AIDS thing.
Yeah, you know, you never know what you can catch.
What kind of work you do?
I'm a carpenter.
I was just about to start singing. If I had a hammer.
No, I just see that. She's not turned on to the guy. Why waste time? Hey, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, that's a nice move there.
You want the zookeeper's wife?
Yeah, I'd love to.
You like this, don't you?
Yeah.
You want the zookeeper's wife?
Yep.
You could treat her really good.
Anyone can.
Yeah.
Anyone could do better, huh?
Yeah. Tell the truth. You didn't think it was possible that we'd get the zookeeper's wife, didn't you? You thought I was crazy when I said it, right?
But we always thought you could do it. But
You thought I was making blind predictions, just trying to be a big shot and making all kind of stupid predictions. I'm telling you, same thing for that guy in Cleveland. His wife's going to be on my show, too. Trust me. It's going to happen. We like to completely destroy someone's life.
Yeah.
We leave no aspect of it. We don't leave anything intact.
This is what we do for recreation.
Yeah, this is fun for us. People don't understand it. This is our goal in life. What about you? What do you do for a living?
I'm a management consultant.
Management consultant? How much you make a year?
Just under 30.
What?
Under 30.
What are you breathing? What are you doing?
No,
What,
nothing.
do you got an oxygen tank with you? Are you on an iron lung?
I'm just nervous.
You're nervous, aren't you?
I mean, she's cute.
You've seen her?
Yeah.
Where did you see her?
At 12 Caesars in Philly, they had like a benefits thing for Billy Joel.
What are you talking into? Why is it so muffled?
Billy
I don't know.
I hate Billy Joel.
Must have been a benefit for Billy Joel.
Did you go to a benefit?
No.
What kind of music you into? Not you. Annette.
Lots of kinds, actually. Jane's Addiction to classical.
I see.
Yeah. Wide range.
This guy's really nervous. I think he really wants you
Yeah.
bad. Well, I'd be nervous, too, if I was trying to get Annette and only made about $30,000. Probably
I
makes
was going
20.
to say, who does he consult? He's
Yeah.
only making that kind of money. Who
Yeah.
wants his advice?
Who would want a management consultation from a guy making 30? You'd want a guy making 100.
Yeah.
If you're going to get consulted. What do you mean you consult management? What does that mean, management consultation?
Well, it's a consulting firm, and companies need, like, if you need someone to take care of Gary, we'll go over there and organize everything for you. Make up a system.
What do you have in your mouth?
Yeah, you got something in your mouth. No wonder he's worried about the AIDS thing. I think he's got a guy in his mouth. I think do you like this guy? Maybe you like him.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, she don't like you. I like you, but if I was a girl, I'd go out with you.
All right, thanks.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
All right. Hi, you're on the air. This is, I know
Yeah.
you can't believe it. It is the zookeeper's wife playing the dating game.
Howard.
Yes.
This is Harry. You
Harry.
remember me? I haven't talked to you for a while. King
You're
of Media.
married, aren't you?
Robin, missed you, but
Now, you sound perfect.
I've missed listening to you.
Aren't you married?
No.
No, I thought you were.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a builder. I have my own business.
I like this guy
build
for you, Annette.
homes.
Annette, what about this guy?
Scarborough and Robin homes exclusively.
Are you drunk right now?
Yeah,
No, I'm not,
really.
sir.
What?
No, I'm not, sir.
Have you had a few drinks?
No.
He always sounded this way, Howard.
Have you had cocktails?
No. Come on, dude. Listen to
You have a
listen to
speech.
them. I always sound this way.
You have a speech impediment, though, right?
No, I have
I'm
no
so
speech
sorry.
impediment. I had a motorcycle accident, and my chin was reconstructed, and I have trouble with words sometimes.
Oh.
Yeah, I was a little
sorry.
excited that I got through.
Hey, you're winning her over. Nothing like a reconstructed
That
chin.
sympathy vote. He's
Yeah.
going for that
That
sympathy
looks
vote.
good, man.
I got to tell you, she really wants you.
And let's see, who could you look
describe
like?
myself, huh?
I'll tell you one thing. If you want to put your husband over the edge, this is the guy who'll do it.
I'm just trying to think, who does
Howard,
he
let me
look like who's
describe
famous?
myself.
Who's lost their chin?
Fu Manchu. He looks like that partner of the guy in Cleveland. Lost half his face. You know who you must look like a little bit? RoboCop.
Nah, come on, Howard. Let me describe myself.
What?
Let me describe myself.
All right, describe yourself.
I'm 6'4".
Yeah.
I have hair, long hair, about your length, a little bit straighter, blue eyes. I'm a full Irishman. I weigh 218 pounds. And my people all say I look like Sam Elliott with long hair.
Sam Elliott?
Movie.
Do you like that?
You got a
I
mustache?
really like Sam
Maybe you
Elliott.
like this guy. Seriously, there's nothing wrong.
really do.
Would you like to go out with this guy? I think if you go out with this guy,
I don't
your
know.
husband will kill himself tomorrow, and then you'll have all his money.
Would you build me a new house?
Robin knows me. I've always been honest on the show, man.
Oh, yeah, we've talked to him a lot.
To Robin, remember?
I say, you want to let him play? It's up to you. You can be honest. Annette, do you want him? Looks like Sam Elliott.
I'm sorry. I think I'm
All
going
right.
to pass.
All right. I can't say as I blame
You're
you.
so
tried for
tall.
you.
I
Yeah.
mean, jeez.
Hi, you're on the air. All right, come on. We need one more guy for Annette DeBella, who will soon be changing that ugly name. Lovely woman, unfortunately, has had a horrible experience with this zookeeper fellow. But she's here in the right place. She's with Howie now. She's with her man, her real man, Howie. They all come to me. All the wives of the zookeepers.
Well, they all listen. Anyway.
Yeah. What can I do for you, sir? Hello?
Howard.
Yeah, no, come on, impress me. What do you do for a living?
Sales?
Yeah, how much you make?
Well into six figures.
6 figures. Wow.
What are you selling?
I'll go out with you. Yeah, what the hell are you selling that's worth 6 figures?
You don't want to know.
Come on, tell me what you're selling.
What, is it illegal?
Oh,
What are you selling, Coke?
Nah, communications equipment.
Communications. Now, why don't I want to know that?
Pardon me?
Why don't I want to know that?
Oh, I don't know. It's kind of boring.
Yeah, and what about you? You a good-looking guy?
Yeah.
What do you look like?
About 5'9",
Yeah?
175.
How old are you?
29. In fact, I just was down by the Philadelphia airport, and I saw someone hanging off a building.
Really?
I thought it was DeBella. We were
Yeah,
going.
was he bald?
Yeah, but it.
Now, you say that your job's a little bit boring, but Annette just told me 6 figures is not boring. Nothing boring about that.
Well, she's used to that, I guess.
All right. Well, she's so used to a certain lifestyle. Let's face it. The zookeeper was doing good for a while till we came to town.
No, I couldn't believe it. Your prediction, definitely.
All right. So, what do you think of this guy, Annette? You interested in him?
I'm not really sure.
Yeah?
I want to hear a little more about you.
Yeah. Do you got a big penis?
Yep.
Well, what do you
Are
think
you a
now?
good-looking guy?
That sounds pretty good looking to me. Every woman loves that. How many inches are you?
Good 6.5.
6.5. Well, hey, that's no big deal. I wouldn't be too proud of that.
That's before, though.
Zookeeper bigger than that? Did he satisfy you completely? The zookeeper?
At a time, yeah.
At a time he did. And then for a while now you've been unsatisfied?
It was a non-entity.
A non-entity. A non-entry. Sounds like things got real bad.
Non-entry, yes.
Yes.
Non-entry.
Is there any way that you could ever go back to making love to him again, or are you so...
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't
He's
believe
completely
Even if he was the last man on Earth.
If the world blew up tomorrow and he was the only guy left on the planet, and there was, a
Now,
nuclear
this is the
explosion.
only way the human race is going to get restarted.
Yeah, would you sleep with him?
Well, for humanity's sake, I guess, maybe.
All right.
It's only a maybe.
But
Not really.
I don't want to.
Wow.
Please don't make me.
It'd be like
Please.
you would do it for mankind, but you really don't want to.
Please
Hey,
don't.
Ned, let me play.
Do you think?
You won't be disappointed. I'm a little nervous now, but I'm getting relaxed here, getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good guy. Good. Who do you look like? Anyone famous?
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Women tell you that, and you get a lot of dates?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you think of that?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Can he play?
Sure.
All right, you're bachelor number 3.
All right, we got our 3
All right.
bachelors.
Hold on. One of you lucky listeners will date the zookeeper's wife as I promised you. I keep my promises. I can't believe I keep my promises, but I do. Hold on.
Thank you.
Well, here we are. The DeBaldi divorce party continues right after these words. I don't know what are they? What is she wearing there, Robin?
Tight jeans.
Tight? Those aren't jeans. Those are like stretch pants, right? Is that right, Annette?
Pants, yeah.
Nice tight pants.
Like ski pants, kind of.
Ski pants.
I don't know. I didn't
Those are
look
ski
like
pants.
that.
Those are
I saw
ski
2
pants.
pockets in the back. I thought those were jeans.
You seem like a fun gal.
I am.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah, you seem like a lot of fun.
I am.
You know?
Aren't I, Janet?
Very much.
Yes. Have some fun with you. Yeah, one of our listeners will. Isn't that right, Robin? That's
right.
Yes.
The DeBaldi divorce party continues today. Howard said that you, his loyal listeners would date the zookeeper's wife.
The zookeeper's wife, I believe, will be on Dial-A-Date. Mark my words. That will be the ultimate triumph.
And you will. Today, the prophecy comes true on Tibaldi Divorce Party 2.
Yes, the Baldy Divorce Party 2. Annette, describe your dream date. What would happen on a dream date? Let's forget about the zookeeper for a second. Let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the man of your dreams. Come here, look at me. You go out with a guy. What is romantic to you? Guy picks you up at your house, perhaps? What, a nice car? Are you, do you like material things?
Yeah, as much as...
What kind of car do you like a guy to pick you up in?
No, I don't really care.
You don't care?
No.
Guy picks you up. Where does he take you?
Either to a club or to a restaurant.
Club, restaurant, perhaps some dinner?
Some dinner, then a club.
And then the club. What happens at the club? Dancing?
Dancing. Oh, yes.
Good-looking guy, dancing, partying, fun.
Fun.
And then afterwards, where do you go after the club, after hours? Would it be a romantic
Breakfast.
Hotel suite? I mean, if let's say you really dug the guy. Breakfast, right, because you've been out all night.
All night.
And after breakfast, perhaps a hotel? Or would you rather...
On a first date?
Not first date. It's been going on now, let's say, 6 weeks. And you've fallen for the guy.
Well, if I've fallen for the guy.
A hotel?
Hotel?
Too cold? Back to your place or his?
The house.
All right, maybe the house. The zookeeper's house. You go back there.
House.
Go back to the house. Would you put on a peignoir for this man? Would you? Do you believe
Where does
in
he
that?
get these terms?
I have no idea.
Would you take him back maybe for a swim in the pool if it was a hot summer night?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe would you skinny dip naked in the heated pool?
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Really, just to jump in the pool naked?
Yes.
And when so how do you make that happen? Like, would you sit by the pool perhaps and let's say he's sitting there, he has his shirt off. All of a sudden, you begin to disrobe slowly. That's how I picture it happening.
No, I just probably get right on with it.
Just rip your clothes off. Wow. And there you would stand naked, and then the guy would go, wow, look at her body. You're proud of your body? You have a good body, true?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think you do.
It could be better, but...
You would stand there naked for the guy to behold.
Sure.
You shave?
Do I shave?
Yes.
Which parts of my body are we talking about?
You know what I mean. Do you shave your, your thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So it would be pretty well groomed down there.
Very well groomed.
Right.
The decency, yes.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Mini bush. So there you would jump in the pool and you would beckon him into the pool with you?
Oh, yes.
Heated pool?
Heated pool.
In ground?
In ground.
Cement?
Cement.
No vinyl?
No.
Very interesting. And in the pool, would you make love for the first time? Or would there just be foreplay in the pool?
I guess it would depend. If I had Avalon on, and
What do you
sex
mean?
would probably occur.
What do you mean, Avalon?
Avalon, Roxy Music.
Really?
Yes.
If you had that on, you would get so horny, you would have sex with this guy.
Yeah, it might happen. It might happen.
There with your trim lap. Fred, play Avalon. Come on. You have that? Put that on, please. I might get lucky. Take a look and see if you have that. That would really do it.
It might.
Or you might take him and have foreplay in the pool, and then what? Bring him up to the bedroom?
And dry off. And,
Dry off together?
Yeah.
Maybe shower?
yeah.
A lot of water.
I love water.
You do. Gary, bring me in a pool. Yes. I'll get that Avalon going. All right, are we ready to play, Robin?
Yes, I think we are. I think everybody's chomping at the bit.
Annette's got a bad cough.
I do.
What do you have, a cold?
Yes.
Yeah, you really do.
Oh, dear.
I'm not dying, just a cold.
What do you got there, cough syrup?
Mhm.
What is that, Robitussin?
Robitussin.
You just swig it right from the bottle, don't you?
Well, I have to.
Right.
We didn't bring a spoon, did we?
No. All right, let's go right to the phone. The first contestant is one Captain Jenks,
Yes.
arch nemesis of the zookeeper.
Well,
I would personally like to see you go out with him. I have my favorites.
That's your vote.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, now, Captain Jenks, is that you?
Yes, good morning, Howard.
Yes, okay.
Now, are you going to answer?
Captain
or is
Jenks?
John going to answer for you?
Is this the most humiliation the zookeeper could go through?
Well, Howard, I believe so, yes.
Yes. Imagine his wife here with me. You got to admit you're having fun, aren't you?
Oh,
It's a great
Howard, I'm
time.
so excited.
I don't mean you, Captain Jenks. I mean Annette. Annette, you're
I'm
having fun,
a
aren't you?
fabulous time.
You really are having
Yes.
fun. She told me that during the commercial. She said, I'm having a great time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
She really is a beautiful woman.
Oh, yes. Oh, you'd be. Imagine if Captain Jenks should win this date,
Yeah.
and they fall in love.
Oh.
And Annette even if they don't fall in love, what you should do anyway is take Captain Jenks, get completely naked with him, and swim around in the pool. That would drive your husband nuts.
Even if you don't, tell him some of the things you like to do, or some birthmarks,
Yeah.
so that he can let John know.
Right. You know, the phone calls that would occur before the date, the zookeeper, Captain Jenks would call the zookeeper and just go, hello, I have my date in 3 days with your wife.
Howard, I just called the zookeeper on the hotline while I was on hold.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he called Annette some pretty nasty things.
Did he really?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he did.
What did he say?
What did he say?
He said that she's no good and that his show is the only thing happening in this town.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And why does it have a 5 rating?
Because he's a loser.
That's right.
Right, Annette?
I don't really think he's a loser, but
Well, he's got a 5 rating. What do you call that? You don't call that a winner, do
dropping
you?
ratings.
Yes. You know, Jenks, you're so tiny you could swim in her bathtub.
Yeah, tell her, Howard, I'm not a bad-looking guy.
No, you're a very handsome man. Robin has often commented on your appearance.
Thank you, Robin.
I didn't say it was good.
After that, you're next.
No, you're not a bad-looking guy. You're not.
Yes,
And, of course, you're fun-loving. That's true.
yes.
And you both share something in common. You both hate the zookeeper.
Well, I don't know that I hate him. I just dislike him very strongly.
I see. Well, what are you in
Sounds
divorce
like
court
me.
with him? Yeah, I mean,
Well, I don't want Annette to think I'm a psycho or anything, Howard.
no, but you are an attractive man. I will say
Yes,
that about
I
you.
am. Hear that, Annette?
If you like munchkins. No, he is an attractive guy, Captain Jenks. He really is.
Yeah.
How tall are you, dear?
I'm 5'9".
When
That's
did
fine.
that happen?
When did you grow?
Since the last we saw him.
Man. Come on now.
No, what are you, about
No,
5'5"?
I'm about 5'4", Annette.
5'4", 5'5".
5'4"?
Yeah, but I'm a very good lover.
Jenks, why don't you
Is he gonna make
describe
up
to
for
Annette the date that you would like to take her on? Go
Okay.
ahead. And, make it as anti-zookeeper as you want, because that would turn her on, quite frankly.
Well, I'll tell you what, Annette. First, I'd pick you up, and we go out to this little out-of-the-way place that nobody
Now, when you
goes.
say you'd pick her up, you would pick her up in your parents' car?
That's
you have
not
your-
funny, Howard. Don't embarrass me in front of my love.
Do you realize if Captain Jenks goes out with the zookeeper's wife, how great that would be?
Yes.
Oh, it would be some comeuppance.
Smearing those little hands all over the zookeeper's wife. Oh, come on, baby, give me a kiss.
Okay.
Oh, it'd be so great. Force yourself to like this guy.
Really think about it. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, he's fun. Look at all this, and listen to his mom and
He's
dad.
got all these trinkets.
Gosh,
Really,
is he
Howard?
here
No, I don't.
also?
I thought you said you live with your mom and dad.
Surprise guest.
That was before.
Before what?
This phone
Before I
call?
moved out.
Oh, you did move out.
Yes, this morning.
Oh.
This morning, I said, he's still at home.
And bought a car also?
Now, do you really own a car?
Yes, of course I do, Howard.
All right, so you pick Annette up in the car. Go ahead.
I'd pick Annette up, and we would definitely go out to a very nice place for dinner. And then we'd probably go down to the Aztec Club in the city, provided she'd like to go.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea you take her to a club, because how about if she meets another guy there? Which could very easily happen.
Well, we could take her to a club in another town, Howard.
I never understand, guys taking girls to a club.
Well, if they know they really got the girl, it's all right, I suppose.
I don't
They
know.
Go there and dance.
I never considered myself that secure. I never took any of my women anywhere where there were other guys around.
But you are very beautiful, Annette. I have seen you on TV, with the TV show, and I remember commenting to a few people how gorgeous you are.
Right, so you're very
Well,
hot.
thanks very much.
You're very attractive.
Yes, she's a very beautiful woman, Howard.
Oh, yeah. She just needs the right kind of attention.
Yes.
I hope you know how to give it to her.
Yes, well, let's
Well, you
just put
still
it
haven't
this way.
described very much of a date.
Yeah, Jenks. Well,
What's
that's
that?
because Jenks hasn't been on a date
I know. He
ever.
doesn't know what to do.
He's
I've
been-
been saving myself for Mrs. Zookeeper.
When is the last time you went on a date?
It's actually been probably about 3 years, Howard.
Uh-huh.
No, that's not true.
By the way, Captain Jenks is the guy who started all the phone calls to Larry King.
Yes, has
yes.
John ever commented on the popularity of the Howard Stern calls on Larry King show, Annette?
Not really, but I did hear one when I was watching one night.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Ugh.
All right, Jenks, now go ahead.
Yes.
Now, you're on the date, and you take her where?
I would take her to a very nice Italian cuisine place.
Have you ever gotten laid?
Have I?
Yeah.
Of course I have, Howard.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
When was this?
No, actually, yes. Well, Howard, it was a while ago, but I told you I haven't saved.
How long ago was it?
3 years, Howard.
3 years. Now, how did you manage to get a girl?
Well, I have a very good sense of humor, Howard, and I'm a good-looking guy also.
Right.
So
Where was this that you met her?
Where did I meet the first woman I was with?
Oh, this was the first woman you were with 3 years ago.
The only woman, probably.
Yeah.
I'm a very shy person.
Right. Where did you meet her?
I met her at a club one night, Howard.
Really?
Down here in Philadelphia.
And she was attracted to you? And what, you scored with her the first date?
No, well, Howard, of course, we didn't. It took a few dates.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I just took her out and just tried to throw her in bed, no.
So how old were you technically when you first got it?
I was about 23, Howard.
Well.
Now, has she dropped the charges? What is that? No, really, you were 23, and what happened? Did you lose her after you had sex with her?
No, what happened? We went out for a couple of years, Howard.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
A couple of years, but it ended 3 years
ago? And then I realized that I should just be single and enjoy a single life while I could.
Yeah, you sound like a guy who's enjoying single life. Yeah, right.
He's really playing the field.
All right, so continue with your dream date with Mrs. DeBella.
Well, what I'd like to do is take her out to a nice Italian restaurant down here in the city in Philadelphia.
Right.
And then we'd probably go to a massage parlor afterwards, provided she'd like to go.
Oh, get rubbed down.
Yes, of course, Howard.
Oh, that's an original idea.
Yeah.
Yes,
it is.
Captain Jenks is kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because that's the only way Captain Jenks gets touched on a date. He goes takes her to a massage parlor. Can you imagine taking a girl to a massage parlor?
Yes, that's nice, though. Jacuzzi.
And what will you do at the restaurant? Will you sit on telephone books so she can see you?
Yeah, or is he going to get that little chair they get you?
That
they
little
put
chair.
on the side of the table? Sassy seat?
Sassy seat. Will you get a sassy seat, Jenks?
Yes.
Sassy seat. Oh, well, Mr. Jenks, sassy seat. Take her to a Chinese restaurant. Mr. Jenks, you want sassy seat? Oh, that's Captain Jenks to you, Chinaman. All right, so then you go and you hang out there at the restaurant for a while.
Yes.
And then what? Do you go back to Annette's place so you can be at the zookeeper's house?
Yes, and then maybe we take a shower together.
Mm-hmm. Right in the shower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what? You would make love to her?
And I would start kissing her on her neck and work my way down between her breasts all the way down to her.
All right, we get the idea. Wow.
We got it.
What are you saying? Forget it. Do you realize what that would do to your future ex-husband?
I would send chills up your spine.
Got it.
And how many times would you make love to her, Jenks?
In one night, probably 4 or 5 hours.
All right, very good. Captain Jenks. All right, Captain, hold on. Anything you want to say to her before I put you on hold?
Yes, Mrs. DeBella?
Mm-hmm.
You are so beautiful, and I want you so much.
You do.
Yes, and I've even written a poem.
Oh,
wow.
Go ahead.
Lovely.
Fred, some love music, if you will.
Yes, Fred.
1 second, we'll get you love music. Go ahead.
Scarlet, my dear, let me kiss your sweet face. Let me discover your charms and leave John in disgrace.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
I thought it was going to be a little different, the love poem.
Yeah.
Like roses are red, violets are blue. Please date me, I'm 5'2". All right, hold on, okay?
What is it like? What is it like not having a life at all?
Well, we know who can answer that, don't we?
Yes, we do, huh?
All right, hold on. All right, we'll be back with the very beautiful Annette DeBella. Yes, we're dating the zookeeper's wife this morning on a special tribute to my Philadelphia audience. Right after these words.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
All right. Anyway, we're here with Annette DeBella. Like, let me play the little. I like this thing. Let me just play this here. Bald, bald, bald. You're bald.
The DeBaldi divorce party continues today.
I'm telling you, Annette, you should sing that. Let's try it. Bald.
I don't think my voice can handle
Come
it
on, come on,
today.
sing with me. Come on. Bald.
Howard, I know he has no hair. Come on.
Come on, please. It'll make you feel better. I know how you're feeling. Come here.
I'm feeling pretty good right now, so it's...
Bald.
I'll let you do the honors.
Come on.
Jackie,
Just
help
try
him
it.
out.
Hey, you start me. Come on, say bald.
I won't do that.
Can we do it in a rap
Come on,
way?
say bald. Just
Come on,
start me.
it's all right. He knows he's bald.
He knows he's bald.
I know, but I won't.
Say bald. Just say bald. No, I won't. Annette, you say bald.
Bald.
Bald. There you go. Now you're getting it. You're bald. There you go. Dun, 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 dun.
It's time to kick a little more ass.
Baldy, baldy. Whoa, are you really bald?
Yes, this is exciting. Excitement's in the air, Robin. All right, let's get on with it, because you're anxious to go on your date with your dream man. So far, we heard from Bachelor number 1, Captain Jenks.
Right.
Let's see now.
Now, where's Bachelor number 2?
Number 2, is that you?
Yes, it is.
Is this Mike?
Yes, it is.
Now, you're the 25-year-old bouncer who looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes, sir.
What are you, a karate man?
Do a little bit of taekwondo, tai chi.
I see. So you're in very, very good shape, aren't you?
I try.
You're the kind of man that a woman could really fall for.
I try.
You're the kind of guy that goes out on a date and women really want to sleep with him, right?
Yes.
And yet you say you don't always sleep with all the women because you are afraid of the AIDS virus.
That is correct.
Well, certainly you sound like a lot of fun. Now, what religion are you?
Let's see, Catholic, I guess. I'm not really religious.
I see, but you were born Catholic. What about you, Annette? Are you Catholic?
I'm rather agnostic.
Agnostic?
But what were you raised?
Baptist.
Baptist?
Oh, yes.
Baptist.
I see.
I don't really...
I'm from the South, so I had no choice about that.
Are you from the South?
Uh-huh.
I did not realize that. Where are you from exactly?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Yes, you're a country girl, aren't you?
No.
Well, in the way you are, yes. You're very naive.
Very naive? I think not.
So you say you do karate. Are you a black belt?
No, not yet. I'm working on it.
Does your penis do any karate?
It can't break boards or anything, but I'm working on it.
Too bad, mine can.
Hey, Howard, can I tell you, very good on the fart man. That was unbelievable.
Well, thank you. You know, Robin, really, the fart man thing made such an impression. I got to get this movie made already. That's the only problem.
Now you have to make a movie.
I know.
Because you've introduced the character.
By the way, Annette, you are going to be in the movie.
I want a part.
Do you want a part in the movie?
Serious.
Oh, that's... you know what? You've got it. The
serious.
zookeeper's wife will be in my movie.
Howard, have Annette be the driver to the fartmobile.
Yes. No, she'll be better than that. She is going to be the girl who I bang in the first scene. We're going to do a love scene together, my dear.
All right.
We're going to be in a men's room together, up on a sink, you and I, doing it.
Oh, my.
Doing it dirty style, like a dirty, dirty Doug.
Can I fan you?
What?
Could I fan you in the movie?
Yes, while you fan me.
Yes.
And feed me grapes.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she'll be my toilet paper girl to my fart man. Yes. All right. Now, tell me about yourself here. What age did you lose your virginity?
Let's see. 16.
16. And what is the wildest place that you ever had sex in?
The sink.
You did it in the sink?
You did it in the sink.
Was there a girl there in the room with you?
No.
No. There was no girl in the room with you. And where do you like to go on romantic dates?
Well, see, I'm an outdoors type, so I like to take hiking trips.
You like to hike, huh?
Yeah, biking trips.
Girls hate that kind of stuff. Do you hate hiking and biking, Annette?
I don't really hate it.
It's just you don't prefer it. To me, hiking is hiking to a hotel and getting my ass in a nice bed.
Yeah, didn't you hear that story I read last week of the guy who wrote the diary up there, 113 days not found by anyone?
Yeah, well, you know what? This guy, though, must be in very athletic condition. Women like that. Do you walk around with your shirt off a lot?
Yeah, especially down the beach. I love going to the beach.
I see.
How about Annette?
And what about...
Yes, I do like the beach.
And you walk around with your shirt off, Annette?
Well, yeah, if I have a bathing suit
Annette,
on, certainly.
Do you ever go to the beach and wear a thong? Do you?
I would if I had one.
You don't own a thong?
I don't own one. Janet gave me one.
Oh, is that right? Janet, you wear a thong?
I gave it to Annette.
Really? Did you ever wear one on the beach?
Sure.
Really? Hey, stand up. Let me look at you for a second. Let me look at your body. I'm not getting a real good look. You are pretty tight.
Just a couple years ago.
A couple of years? No, you look good. She's kind of cute.
How old is she, Howard?
Who, Annette?
Yes.
She's in her 30s. What are you, 30 what?
34.
34. But she looks like she's about 25.
It doesn't matter. That's great.
What about you, Junior? You ever have two girls at the same time?
No, I never have, Howard.
You've never had two girls at the same time?
Nope.
What age did you say you lost your virginity?
16.
How old was the girl?
Who said it was a
girl?
girl?
Be a teenager.
Who said it was a girl is right. Have you ever had homosexual sex?
Thanks, Jackie. What's that?
That was Robin who said that.
Oh, thanks, Robin.
Have you ever had homosexual sex?
No, I haven't. I can't say that I have.
Never as a young boy? You never had any kind of towel fights? Or you never... come on.
Well, there's one time.
What happened?
All right, what happened?
He's in denial.
Yeah, what happened?
It is denial. Well,
this priest, okay?
Go ahead.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, really, what happened?
No, really, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm sure something must have happened. Every guy's had something. I mean, something stupid. I mean, it doesn't mean you're gay. It just means that some little friend came on to you or something.
Well, let's see.
I mean, let's be honest.
An older friend.
Right. Older guy?
Playing doctor, those sort of things.
Yeah.
Ah.
That's no big deal.
I'm just kidding. Come on.
Come on, you know
Nothing
something
happened to you.
No, nothing happened.
I see. Well, why don't you say something that will make Annette fall in love with you? Go ahead, because here's your one chance to talk directly to her.
Okay, Annette, let me think here. All I can say is I would love to show you what a real man can do. And I don't know what Captain Jenks said to you. I didn't hear that at all. But he's a little squat. Enough with him. Now, if you want to go out on a real date, this is what you're looking for. I can't promise you to bring down the pyramids.
What?
Well,
bring down the pyramids.
I didn't claim to build.
Why can't? Oh, you don't claim to build pyramids.
Right.
Why not claim to build pyramids?
Okay, I did. I built.
Win her love. This is the zookeeper's wife. Dopey.
I still can't believe she's here. I still can't believe it. And I'd love to take you out on a hiking trip, or I know.
She don't like hiking.
Come on a first date, she's not going to go up into the woods with you.
With you, you're not with a hatchet. Ever tie a girl up?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Did you let her go?
She's still in his basement. Oh, really? You did tie up a girl?
Yes.
What was the purpose of that? Where did you tie her up to?
Well, haven't you ever done that, Howard?
No, tell me what you did.
Okay, well, I got a bunch of my neckties that I had.
Yeah.
And,
But don't imitate my story.
No, I'm not. Wait, was that your story?
Yeah, come on. Yeah,
No,
you got a bunch of neckties, and what'd you do? Where'd you tie her to?
To the bedpost.
Yeah.
Hands above, like,
Hands
shackle form.
And what about her legs?
To each side of the bed.
Really?
Yes.
Completely spread eagle?
Yes. Absolutely.
And how long did you leave her tied up like that?
Well, let me go downstairs and check. Hold on. Oh, she's still there.
How long did you keep her tied up like that?
A couple hours.
And what did you do to her?
It lasted for a few hours.
It did?
Yes.
And she loved it?
Absolutely.
Ever been tied up, Annette? I take that as a yes. You've been tied up, haven't you?
Not by that walrus face.
Not by walrus face, have you? You wouldn't allow that walrus face to tie you up, would you?
No.
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 And that
Smart.
might,
She's been tied up, but not by walrus face.
Can I ask her a question?
Yes.
During sex with walrus face, were there many drugs involved?
Well, I don't think that's an appropriate question.
Well, I just want to know if she's drug-free.
Oh, is Annette drug-free?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something. Any woman who could have sex with that guy without taking any drugs has got to be admired. No one would blame you if you did take drugs during
That's
it.
what you call a
Not at all.
constitution.
Not at all.
So you have never been tied up by your ex-husband?
No.
No.
Just in litigation.
Right. All right. Very good, Robin. 825 92.3 K-Rock WYSP WJFK. I was working toward that one. All right. Listen, we're going to take a break, Junior. Then we're going to get to number 3.
Okay.
And then we're going to see who wins this big date. It's going to be you, Captain Jenks, or Bachelor number 3.
Okay.
All right. Very good. Hold on. Well, here it is, guys. I told you we'd get the zookeeper's wife for you. I want to know every detail in that after you go out on the date. I want to know every
absolutely.
detail. I want to know every detail.
Absolutely.
I want to know when you kissed this hot, steamy Bonnie. When you were in the pool and jacuzzi together. You got a jacuzzi?
No, I don't.
No.
No.
I'm sure after you clean them out, you can put a jacuzzi in, too. All right, we'll be back right after these words. By the way, the zookeeper's wife is out in the hall with Fred. I don't know if you realize.
Bonding out there.
Oh, yeah.
I even saw Scott the engineer taking a shot.
Yeah, everybody is. Everybody's just hanging with the zookeeper's wife. It's fun. We're all rejoicing this morning together. I promised you a special broadcast, and here it is. Our competitor's wife.
There she is. She's right here with us.
And everyone who's listening to us, whether it be Cleveland, Dallas, Los Angeles, rejoices with us because they're happy to see our competitor's wife in the studio dating our listeners. The only show that brings you the competition's wife in the studio. And you look good, too. Nice tight ass.
Thanks.
Nice tight ass. Nice breasts. You can't possibly be wearing underpants under that outfit, can you?
I certainly am.
You are really?
Yes.
You dressed special for me, didn't you? Come on, admit it in a way. You wanted to look your best. For the real zookeeper.
This is usually the way I dress.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, you wanted to look good for me. Be honest. You know you did.
Well, I didn't bring my rattiest jeans. Let's put it like that.
Let's face it, you definitely think there's something. You know, there's definitely an energy between us. Would you agree?
Oh, I feel it. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really? Really, do you?
Sparks.
I feel something.
I told you.
You don't?
Sparks.
No, do you feel anything, or you're being sarcastic?
Sparks are flying.
No, come on, be honest.
Yeah.
You feel a little something.
Yeah.
I don't mean sparks. I'm not saying there are sparks, but there's something.
There's
there's electromagnetic energy.
there's some ions flying around in here.
That's right. All right, let's find out the outcome of this date.
We've got a third bachelor to question.
Because the thing we want more than anything is for one of our listeners to get their hands on Annette. Rub her, kiss her, make out with her, maybe even get all the way with her. That's right. Score a home run, at least third base. You're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
Now, is this wild or what?
Yeah, it's great.
Here she is. I just received the following facts. Howard, you've outdone yourself.
Hey, I believe it.
As far as the prediction goes, this is the total demise of the zoo. They're all at each other's throats as we speak.
Hey, Howard.
Yes.
3 for 3. She's got to go with number 3. Let's get this show over with. You got the midget, number 1.
Right.
You got Schwarzenegger, number 2.
Right.
Well, I mean, let's be real.
Let's be real. You're the man for the job.
You're right.
And I need you to be romantic with her. I need you. I want one of my listeners to make love to Annette. Physically, emotionally, everything. You come in here, let me smell your hand.
Oh, gee.
Both of them.
Both hands.
Thank you.
That's the kind of attitude I like.
All right.
A man who jumps in with both hands.
Mm-hmm.
You want her.
Well,
You
come
want her.
on.
You want her badly? Tell me how badly you want her.
Well,
Come on. Make it known to everyone.
Well,
Yes,
what
why are you on the phone?
Why are you really
Why
here?
am I on the phone?
Yeah, why are you really calling it? Tell me.
Well, just something I had to do.
Right.
I've been,
Why? Why the drive? Because she's a zookeeper's wife, or is there something more? Is there something, the sound of her voice? What is it?
Well, it was everything. The whole package, Howard.
The whole package.
The voice.
You felt bad for her, didn't you?
Yes.
Is that what you want to say? You felt bad for her?
I felt bad for her.
And
I
you felt that
I want her to be happy. I
You
want her
really
to
want her to be
experience
happy.
I appreciate
some
that.
joy in her life.
I hear inner sadness. I really do, Annette. I hear sadness.
do?
No, I'm being serious with you. I hear some sadness with you. I sense it. Do you sense it, Robin?
I'm a happy person.
Yeah.
No, I sense a sadness.
Well, you're happier now, yes, but you've been through a lot.
You've been
That's
hurt.
right.
No, but I sense a
the
sadness.
pain
Climbing
is
up
still
again,
there
but-
behind your eyes.
Right.
Yes,
You see
exactly.
it behind blue eyes. Whatever. Behind brown eyes.
Brown eyes, Howard?
They are. Let me see. That's so. We kept it so dark in here, so I'd look handsome to Annette.
You can't see her.
They look black. Her eyes.
Brunette or blonde, Howard?
She's very dark hair.
Oh.
But a
that's
very,
how-
very thin body with nice pert breasts, a nice ass.
Oh, it's exactly what I'm looking for.
She was
the ideal woman.
And she did not have any children with the zookeeper because she knew enough not to have any with him. He
I like
wanted
that.
them, but she did not want to have them with him.
She's obviously a bright woman.
Right.
There you go.
You knew enough not to have children. That would have been the worst in a loveless marriage. Am I correct?
Yes, it would have been.
Yes. Smart.
And secretly, she felt he would not make a good father.
Yes. Yes. Is that true?
I don't know.
Not for your children.
He's awfully good with children.
But you didn't want to have any with him.
What held
That
you
was
back?
well. That was because of the problems we were having within the marriage.
Yeah.
Right.
So-
You knew.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, because so many of these kids get caught up in this divorce.
I know.
And why should a kid have to suffer the humiliation of a father who has a big mustachio and duck suit and,
And
is
the
a loser?
protruding gums.
Right, and protruding gums and loses in the ratings. So, all right, let's get to the point here. What age did you lose your virginity?
Who, me?
Yeah.
16.
16 years
15,
old.
16, something
15, 16 years old. Ever have two women at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, you
Twice.
have? Twice you've had
Twice?
that. How'd you make that happen?
It just happened in college.
Don't tell me it just happened. Where were you in college? In your dormitory room?
No, I was out at a party.
You were at a
and,
party.
it
You were at a
was,
party, you were wearing...
First night of school.
Right, first night of college.
And,
What college was this?
State University in Pennsylvania.
State University, Penn State.
Good guess. Good try. Close.
What is the name of the college?
Bloomsburg.
Bloomsburg.
Bloomsburg?
Isn't that a Jewish college?
Yes.
Are you Jewish?
No.
What are you?
Presbyterian.
Oh, you are Presbyterian. I thought so. I knew it,
I
Robin.
answered the wrong question.
He sounds like a Presbyterian.
He certainly does. And you say that you were at the first night in college at a party. What, there were several girls in the room?
Well, actually, it was an outside party. There were about 250 people. It was real crowded.
Yes.
We decided to get away. We went
Now, when you say it was crowded, the party was crowded, these two women, what, you just started conversation with them? Did you
No,
know?
I had known them prior. It was my roommate's girlfriend and her friend.
And her friend.
So
And-
did you all come together?
Yes.
No, Robin, you're jumping ahead of the
I'm
story.
sorry.
That's a pretty good trick to come together with. Did you all go to the party together?
Yes.
Oh, I see. All right, so you all went to the party together. Now, your roommate was not. What happened to this roommate?
Well, he had just dumped this girl.
He just thumped this girl?
No,
Dumped her.
dumped.
Oh, dumped her. Okay.
Right, at the end of the summer.
I said, hey, maybe that's a new word on me. I thought I heard them all. So he had just dumped this girl, and
He had just dumped her
right,
at the
I
end
understand.
of the summer.
And she was a little upset about that.
Yeah.
Good-looking girl.
Mhm.
And what did the girls wear to the party that night?
Shorts and like halter tops.
Shorts and halter
Like
tops.
T-shirt tops.
How old were these girls?
20.
20 years old. Very young, very fresh.
Yes.
So they said, hey, it's getting crowded. Let's get out of here.
Right. So
Did you have any sense that maybe you'd be able to get it on with them?
I thought the one maybe, but not the other one.
Not the girlfriend.
Yeah.
All right. Now, so you went and you, where do you go with them?
Well, we jumped in my car to get away from the party.
And where did you go?
Went down to picked up a case of beer.
Go ahead, case of beer.
And we went down by the river.
Down to the river.
Yeah. And we just we put out a blanket.
And you put out a blanket, and no other people were around.
Right.
Right.
We just sat down there.
You're
by the river.
outside by a river, and no one else comes around, and you're laying there on the blanket. You're in the middle between the two girls.
Right. and
Okay.
We're just drinking beer.
Right. Now, what happens next?
Next thing I know, the one.
Old Jed's a millionaire.
Yep.
Kinfolk said, hey, Jed, get out of there.
That's right.
Said California is the place you ought to be, and they packed up the bags and moved to Beverly
Hills.
That is movie stars.
Swimming pool.
Wild women.
All right, so go ahead.
So next thing you know, the one just kissed me on the cheek. The other one.
Which one, the girlfriend of your roommate?
No, the other one.
Yeah, go ahead.
And before you know it, I was making out with the one, and the other one was grabbing me in various places.
Really?
And then I kissed the other one, and it just went back and forth, and then.
And then they ripped their clothes off?
Well, I started to take the one girl's clothes off. The other one took my clothes off, and.
And did they get it on with each other as well?
No.
Just you?
Yeah.
Boring.
Boring.
You call that boring? Jeez, what are you, man, you must get up on all fours, my sweet. What are you doing in the sack?
Howard, I was in total shock.
Why were you
I was in total, because I didn't expect it. I was in total
This
shock.
Annette must be one wild little bird.
Oh, yeah.
That's boring to you? You're saying you're wilder than that, my sweet? Come over here.
I can be.
Back over here. I'll teach you a lesson. I'll butt bongo you.
We're not butt bongoing.
Yes, we are.
Forget about it.
Pull your
Forget
pants down
about
now.
it.
Pull your pants down now. Let me spank you. You want to get wild? I'll show you boring.
Yeah, I'll butt bongo.
Butt bongo. All right, you sound pretty interesting. Let me.
Well, it happened again. Was it the same women?
Nope.
Happened again. Where were
yeah,
you
but
this time?
the second one really nothing materialized. Two roommates and came back from a party. We were in dorm, co-ed dorm, and came back into the room and.
I never get anything.
Started, making out with the one, and then.
Really?
Then the other one, and then the one got up to go to the bathroom, and.
Best time to get them is when they go to the bathroom.
Well, she left the room, was with the roommate, and then the roommate came back in. This one went to the bathroom. And when the second one came back...
I can't take it anymore. Shut up.
All right.
All right. With the second one and the first one...
Who even knows who's in and who's out?
I don't even know what he's talking about. All right, hold on. She's going to make a decision. Say something lovely to her because this is it. This is your one final chance to get the zookeeper's wife.
Hey, Annette, if you want a class act and a good time, pick me.
He must be a decent-looking guy. Getting two girls at the same time.
Twice.
Twice? How many guys get that? Shut up. All right, hold on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me take a break, and then we'll have the big decision. Annette, you're going to date one of the listeners.
Absolutely.
They sound like good guys. Come on, you got to admit. A lot better than that jerk you were married to, right? Yes. You're excited, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
All right, we will take a break, and then we'll come back and hear Annette's final decision. The zookeeper's wife. Hey, zookeeper. I know you tuned in this morning, you big dickhead.
I'm so surprised he didn't call in and try to win a date.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Hello, can I have a date? Think he's listening right now?
I don't know. I think so.
Were you threatened before you came on here at all?
Yes.
You were. What were you told, not to come on? But
so
you came
he's
anyway.
trying to curtail your activities, is he?
But you came on anyway, didn't you?
Absolutely.
You've done nothing wrong. You're a free woman.
This is still America.
You've done nothing wrong, Annette. You need a date. You wanted a date with one of my listeners. Threats. How could he threaten you? It's wrong.
It is wrong. I agree.
We're all on your team now.
Thanks,
You got nothing to fear. You're with winners now. People who know how to win, not losers. We are the champions, my friend. And we'll go on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. We are the champions, my friend. My friend. All right, we'll be back right after these words. Annette's friend's got a nice body, boy. I'm checking her out.
Yeah?
Yeah, real nice. What do you guys think of her?
Cute little package.
Yeah, nice little package. Very classy. That zookeeper couldn't get both of them in the sack? What's wrong with him? Could have made that happen. Hey, where are the girls? Zookeeper's wife is out of the room, and she's been smoking cigarettes like crazy. She's real nervous.
Well, you know, she's not a radio performer. I
No.
suppose this is kind of nerve-wracking for her. She wouldn't do DeBella's show. Come on, this has got to be
What's going on at the zookeeper's mind right now?
mind-blowing.
What's going on in your husband's mind, do you think, right now? What would you guess?
Oh, my. I couldn't fathom a guess on that.
Really?
You should tune in and check it out.
I don't think you'd find out on the air. I think
I don't think he'll be talking about what's actually going on.
the emasculation of the zookeeper.
Denial, denial,
I
denial.
love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Howard,
Yeah.
you know how, like, when you walk around, I know how it happens to me, too, but, like, when you walk down the street, sometimes people yell, dial a date.
Yeah.
Now people are going to yell at him.
Dial a date.
Dial a date.
I'm anxious now to find out who the zookeeper's wife will choose.
Well, let's run down her list.
Annette, the
Of
zookeeper's
candidates.
wife. She can't wait to be divorced from him, so she's not the zookeeper's wife anymore.
Yeah.
You poor woman.
I hate that name.
I know. It's all good.
Animals, but I hate that name.
What, zookeeper?
Yeah.
So childish. And it's so stupid. It represents everything goofy in life.
Goofy.
Yeah, goofy. Just downright
Yeah.
goofy.
Goony goofy.
Yeah, and imagine calling yourself the zookeeper. Did you guys actually have Yazoo license plates?
No.
You didn't have a Yazoo license plate?
No.
You didn't have Zoo license plate?
No.
Yeah. Thank God. Somebody flip your wig. Very charming woman. You know that I feel bad for you that you had to go through all that, but you'll see. Everything will be fine. Now that Howie's on the
Hey,
team.
that's right.
We'll watch out for you. Don't worry. You've come over to the right side of things.
I believe I have. Great music, man.
Thank you.
You've come to me. You've made the right decision. When you were with him, you were on the wrong side, the side of evil. You are with the right person now, right, Robin?
That's right. She's now in the light.
I love that voice.
You are now in the light. Feel my light. Feel it. Reach into my pants and feel the light. That's no flashlight. Yes. Are you ready to make your decision?
Oh, boy, this is tough. They're all so nice.
Let's think about it, though. I saw you and your friend there. What is your friend's first name again?
Janet.
Janet. Janet, we were just discussing how cute you are.
Come on up here.
What's your husband do?
He's a vendor,
A vendor?
a snack vendor.
You mean like a guy who sells pretzels on the street?
No, he has his own route.
And he has machines?
No, he doesn't do machines. He deals with grocery stores and with delis.
Oh.
And
He's got a truck route.
Yes,
And he delivers like pretzels and junk.
yes. Mostly Tom Sturgis pretzels.
No kidding.
Yes.
Lucky
Great
man.
Yeah.
Gets home to you nice early in the day, right? It's not a...
Yeah, he's a great guy.
No, I bet he is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky you have a great guy, but don't keep rubbing it into Annette here,
Yeah,
who had to
really.
marry the zookeeper.
I know.
It's too bad. What are you
guy,
What are you guys discussing out there in the hall? Now, you've been discussing which guy to go on a date with. You got a big choice here. You know what? The eyes of Philadelphia, in fact, the eyes of New York, Los Angeles, Cleveland, Dallas, Washington, they're all on this. Everyone's very excited by this, by the notion of you dating one of the listeners. Because whenever we destroy the lives of our most hated competitors, this is the spoils. We have finished raping and pillaging, Robin. And now the spoils.
Just bigger and better things.
Our legions of Philadelphia fans who came out and greeted us every time we came, our legions grew and grew, and now I offer them the spoils. After a warrior has a good war and he wins, he says to his troops, here, have our finest women, the women that we took. And now we've taken the zookeeper's woman.
And we're giving her to a listener.
We're giving her to a listener.
Oh, please.
And she loves it. She's happy to go.
Enthralled.
All of the spoils go to my audience. The spoils are the private
we
parts.
always share with you.
We always share with the audience. One thing you got to say about this show.
Guys.
We don't have a lot of money to give away and stuff like that on the air. But one thing we do, we share the spoils of victory. And we never offer you the agony of defeat. Because if you've seen Jackie's feet, you'll know. Those are not feet you want. So here it is, my loyal audience. Your gift from me, the beautiful Annette DeBella, a woman who has ditched the zookeeper. And like any good war, the women are left behind after you kill off their men, and we offer her to you. Oh, is that beautiful? Is that poetic?
Truly. Inspirational.
I sound like a friggin' Casey Kasem for the retarded, don't I? Coming up, Annette DeBella. We won her in the war.
I'm like, what is this, Spartacus? Or?
Spartacus. Yes, Spartacus. What are you girls thinking about? Come on, seriously. Who do you think is the guy to go with? Now, remember, let's review. Number one was Captain Jenks.
Captain Jenks, right.
Captain Jenks would definitely get under your husband's skin. I mean, your husband hates Captain Jenks. Captain Jenks calls him all the time. Imagine the phone calls.
Just went out with Annette on our third date. How you doing? Yeah, she's pretty fine. Yeah, she seems a lot happier now every time she's with me.
Just the idea that you were friends with him.
Hey, I was in your bed last night. Yeah, Annette let me use the bedroom, so I needed a place to crash.
Hey, John, I'm poolside.
Yeah.
Hey, John, we got this portable phone. You can use it in the water. I brought it over to the house.
Oh, I can't tell you how wild. I mean, you want to drive a shiv into his heart.
A stake, if you will.
Steak.
A steak, if I will.
A steak. That's the way to go. Now, number two was Mike. 25-year-old bouncer, works in a club. You say you like going to clubs,
Guy knows his way around the nightlife.
That could also get on your husband's nerves. You know, hey, this guy's pretty good looking, bouncer. Hey, I can't even mess around with him. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Young.
And then you got number three, who's 29 years old, says he makes six figures, which means he makes about, what, 20 grand, we figure?
Yeah, about 20, 22.
Well, including the dollar sign, that is six figures. But yet, he says, good-looking guy, had two women when a guy has two women at one time, that means perhaps he's very handsome. I always think that he must be a pretty good mover and shaker to get a broad and two broads in bed and get them doing wild stuff. Plus, he's tied up a few women and things like this. So you got Captain Jenks, a little on the short side, but sweet. He sweet-talked you, gave you a love poem.
Yes, lovely poem.
And he would get under your husband's skin. And that's always a big factor. 25-year-old bouncer is number two. Walks around with his shirt off at the beach. He did put down Captain Jenks, which
Hey, but he's competing.
That's right. He doesn't want to bring down the pyramids. I don't know what that means. But he's tied a woman up in bed. And number three did say he looked like Tom Cruise, which you like. How did you marry the zookeeper if you like Tom Cruise? Gee, think about a guy who's...
She obviously didn't marry her type.
Yeah. You did not marry... He is not your ideal man. I mean, when you thought about your dream man, right?
Your fantasies didn't include a picture of a guy with a bald head and a waxed mustache.
Right.
There you go.
Did you ever ask him to shave off the mustache?
No.
You'd be frightened what's underneath, right?
I might be, yeah.
What about kissing that mouth with the giant, like the giant gums in the teeth?
Must we?
Really? You don't even want to think about it. You must have been insane at the time, that's all. You went temporarily insane.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. That's very possible.
So number three says he looks like Tom Cruise. And he has had two women, I told you that. And,
right.
And he's Presbyterian.
I think he's a little too proud of himself.
Mm-hmm. What are you thinking over there, Janet?
I thought first guy sounded great.
You like the first guy?
That's Captain Jenks.
Captain Jenks.
Yeah.
Very
Why
sincere.
do you like?
He's
Why do you like
sweet,
him?
He is.
He was sweet. He was down to earth.
And he wrote a poem for me.
And I loved the
It
poem.
was lovely.
And let's say it would really kill your husband if. Are you telling me? Who are you picking? Go ahead and tell me. Is it going to be number
It's
one?
number one.
Number one. Whoa. Fred, please, zoo noise. Hey, zookeeper, your wife's going out with Captain Jenks.
Oh, that's incredible.
Captain Jenks, the guy who calls you all the time and makes you miserable. The zookeeper's wife is going out with Captain Jenks.
His arch nemesis.
This is even greater than I imagined. Gary?
It is very funny because Captain Jenks is at work and he can't hear the radio and he keeps asking me, do I have a chance?
All right, let me see. Jenks? Captain Jenks?
Yes, good morning, Howard.
Can I give you the verdict?
Yeah.
You win.
Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Captain Jenks.
Is this like your dream come true?
Tell people what you do every day. Don't you call the zookeeper every day, and doesn't he hate you more than anybody?
Yeah, he really does hate me.
And what are some of the things? What are some of the things over the years you've been saying to him?
I've called him up. I've asked him how it felt to be a loser.
Right.
I've asked him how it feels to be low in the ratings.
Right. And he did. And in fact, your husband has mentioned Captain Jenks to you.
Oh, yes.
Many times.
Has he?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So this, Captain Jenks, you're going on a date finally.
I like that.
With the zookeeper's wife.
Do you realize every time he started yelling at you and mouthing off to you, you now date his wife?
Yeah.
He told you to get a life, now you got one.
You got a life.
Yeah.
Didn't he
A life
say?
and a wife.
You know what he used to say to Captain Jenks? Captain Jenks would call him up and goof on him and say, hey, why don't you get a life? I've got a life. I've got a beautiful wife who loves me. I've got a great job. Now he has a barely good job.
Yeah.
He's got no ratings, and he doesn't have a wife who loves him. And Captain Jenks is dating his wife.
Yeah.
Oh, man, is this great. You go out with Mrs. Zookeeper.
Yeah.
And we pay for the date.
Thank you, Howard.
Do you believe it?
Thank Howard.
Wait,
a minute.
Yeah.
And that this is going to be the start of a very beautiful and fun relationship.
I'm
Now-
looking forward to it.
Do me a favor, if you can. You know, when you swim in the pool, you remember everything that goes on the date.
Oh, yes.
Oh. Hey, you know what you ought to do? Now call up DeBella, right?
Yeah.
And say, I thought you said get a wife, not a life, so I went out and got yours.
You haven't spoken to him this morning?
You've spoken to him this morning, haven't you?
Yes, a couple times.
Yes. And you told him that you're in league to date his wife?
Yes, and he answered to me with a burst of vindictive, obscene language, Howard.
Right, very good. Well,
Sounds typical.
might be the same language his wife is moaning in bed with you. Yes, Jenks. Jenks. My Capitan. All right, Captain Jenks, congratulations.
Thank you very much, and I will see you on our date, Annette.
Certainly will.
And let me just tell the other two guys. Guys, you lost to Captain Jenks.
Yeah, if there's anybody I want to lose to, it'd be Captain Jenks. That was great.
Yeah, you know what?
Deserves it.
You guys all played well. We'll have some consolation prize for you. I'm sure Gary can dig something up.
Oh, I
Hey, Howard,
appreciate it.
can I
And-
say one thing?
Yeah.
Can I say hi to the guys at SWB, what is it, Sports Bar, that's right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Howard. I appreciate it.
Howard,
Yes.
I'd like to say hi to someone, Steve Durst out in L.A.
Guys, what is
What
it?
is
Can't pick up the phone and call people. What are you doing?
You know.
Thanks for the chance, Howard. That
Yeah,
was
it
great.
was a good time.
What do we have for a prize?
Well, these runners-up will each get an Iowa Walkman.
Oh, very nice.
What do we get?
You get the Iowa Walkman.
This is
Great.
the band, this is the band.
Jenks is singing. He's like a little
Hey, Captain
leprechaun.
Jenks, relax. Hey, Howard,
Captain
I have a
Jenks,
show for this
Captain
date.
Jenks, what were the odds when we signed on in Philadelphia that you'd be dating the zookeeper's wife? What were the odds? Give them to me.
Probably 0-0.
0 to nothing. And now you're going on a dream date
Yes.
with a very lovely woman.
Oh, it's incredible.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so glad you won, Jenks.
Jenks, what is the greatest radio show in the country?
This is the greatest radio show in the country.
I thank you. All right.
My beautiful new girlfriend.
All right, guys. And good luck with your new girlfriend.
Thanks a lot, Howard.
Very good.
King of all media.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. Captain Jenks is now dating the zookeeper's wife. The ultimate triumph. I told that idiot, get out of town when I came into town. I told him to keep his mouth shut. I told you it only gets worse. It never gets better. The zoo is over with. Long live this show, Robin. Oh, it's great. Well, Annette, I want to
This
thank
has
you.
to be the ultimate.
It really is the ultimate. Philly newspapers have a picnic.
I thought it was enough. I thought it was enough that we were having her on Dial-A-Date for
Yeah.
Captain Jenks to win.
Captain Jenks.
I'm excited.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Captain Jenks, the
God.
biggest loser on the planet, will go out with Annette DeBella.
I can't believe it.
Annette, if you fall in love with him, it will be the greatest humiliation of your husband ever. It'll just be so perfect. It'll be so perfect. Annette, you couldn't have done any better. You have done it. You are lovely. Can we embrace now before you leave?
Oh, let's.
Please, come over here. Let us embrace. Come on over here. Now I take
on
my
my way,
spoils.
dear.
I've taken his woman now. I sit here, I embrace her. Come over here. Let's embrace. Come here. Come here. Right on. Let everyone hear. Come here. Hug me. Hug me. Oh, you got a good grip. Yes, and you smell
strong
good.
woman.
Let me kiss your neck. Allow me again. What perfume is that?
nice.
What perfume is that?
Boucheron.
Boucheron?
Boucheron.
Boucheron?
Yes.
Excellent. You were fabulous. Good work. I feel bad you had to be with that guy, but wait, now you have Captain Jenks in your life.
That's right.
It's all up from here.
It's all up from here. The very beautiful Annette DeBella. She will be losing the DeBella name very soon.
Yes.
But we got her on here because when we win, you win. You, our audience. Thank you. Robin will come back. We'll do some news.
Okay.
There's a couple of articles on us in the newspaper today that I'll share with everyone. Belzer's even coming in around 9:30 to say hi.
I wondered if he'd be in town. I know he's at Caroline's this week.
Well, he said he wanted to come in and meet the zookeeper's wife.
Oh, is that right?
That's what
I'm
it was.
surprised he wasn't on the phone then.
But thank you, Annette, and
You're quite welcome. I
very
had a blast.
beautiful. And I'm sorry that you had to go through the horrible marriage that you went through.
appreciate
But we're on your team now. All right? Captain Jenks is now your man. You will be Mrs. Captain Jenks.
The phones are just going nuts.
Really?
Your life will be VCRs, telephones, and looking down at the top of Captain Jenks' head every day.
Yeah, really?
Annette, my dear, we've made love 3 times. Do you think I have time to call into Larry King and mention Howard's name? What is it, Gary? The phone's going nuts?
No, the phones are just going crazy. People are like so excited that it turned out this way.
Do you love... hello? You're on the air. Do you love this?
Yeah, I love it, Howard.
I mean, I love it. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know if the people in Cleveland could... Let me see if the people in Cleveland could appreciate it.
relate.
Because they've just met us. Well, obviously they can't relate. I'll go to Texas in a minute in Dallas, but... Philly, is this great or what?
Huh?
Is this great?
I'm disgusted. I'm going to report Howard to the SPCA for cruelty to dumb animals.
Yes, cruelty to dumb animals. Thank you. What about in Cleveland? Can you relate to all of this?
I can totally relate. I am so jealous of that woman. I mean, what a chance to get on the air and ball bust the husband like that.
Isn't it the greatest? You know, in all fairness to Annette,
It has been fun.
It has been fun for her. She's had to, keep a lid on some of this stuff until her divorce is final, as you could probably
I
guess.
realize I'm going through a divorce now. I would give my whatever to get on the air and ball bust my husband.
Oh,
like
this is
that.
the ultimate ball bust. And I'll tell you something. Annette's been talking to me off the air, and I don't think it's been a party for her, quite frankly, the last couple
No,
of
it's
years.
not.
And I love it. I love it. And I'll tell you something. The woman's been with the guy for 9 years. He should lighten up. That's all. Lighten up.
Well, I think she's had the ultimate chance to really,
Oh, you have, you're listening in Cleveland, so you're just coming into this whole thing. You have no idea what it means for Captain Jenks to be dating her. I mean,
we've gotten biographies on you already, so we know your scam, but
all right.
I think it's great. I think it's wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful. I'm on the side of this woman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Howard Stern, friend to all women.
All women love me.
You got carried away with your enthusiasm.
Come on.
Now, Dallas, we're new to you. I don't know if you can relate to all this, but do you realize what it is? Do you realize what's going on here?
Oh, yeah.
We have beaten our competitor and brought his wife on.
I'm waiting for you to do it to the guys here in Dallas, man. I mean, 202 Jocks, man.
As soon as I figure out who's on in Dallas, I will do it.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, it's Bo Roberts and Long Jim White over at Q1.
Bo Roberts' wife. Is he married?
Huh?
Bo Roberts' wife?
I'm not sure if he's married or not.
Are you sure Bo and Long Jim aren't with each other?
Yeah, maybe Bo and Long Jim want each other.
Long Jim giving it to Bo. There you go.
Well, who knows? We have no idea whether or not they are, but I'll tell you one thing. If Bo and Long Jim have wives, they'll be with me eventually. Thank you.
Hey, no problem.
Bo and Long Jim.
That's it, man.
Yeah, Long
Hey,
Jim.
if you want, I'll find out if they're married, and I'll call you back.
Very good. Get all the information to me immediately.
You bet.
And by the way, next week, DeBella's mother and father will be on Newlywed Game.
Oh, they're wonderful people.
I'm sure they are.
Howard.
Yes.
I want to be on Dial-A-Date with Lanigan's wife.
Let me tell you something. It will happen. It will. When he has no...
You're making the same prediction then.
Yes, I am. If his wife is a Playboy bunny, turn off your vibrator.
he's revved up and ready to go.
If his wife, he's turned on completely. If his wife is a Playboy bunny, as it said in the newspaper, I tell you this. There is no way she's going to put up with that jerk when he has no ratings. With that one eye floating back and forth. I tell you that she will be with me.
This is fat. I love your show, Robin. You're great.
Mrs. DeBella is now my wife.
Mrs. DeBella, yeah.
Mrs. Lanigan will be my wife.
Okay. I want to be on a diner date.
Yes. Well, get out of here. All right.
Go away.
Well, Mrs. DeBella.
Yes, dear.
Soon to be Mrs. Gammon.
Ms. Yes.
God bless you. You call me anytime you need me. You go out on that date. That's right. And I want to talk to you.
Every detail.
Excellent. We shall return after these words.
Okay.
When you go through divorce?
Yes, that's still litigation.
Yeah.
But that's what they're saying. Or they also say, I know that the captain deserves to win, but he must give a blow-by-blow of the date.
Yes, absolutely. I'm hoping there'll be several dates. Like they'll become really good friends.
Yeah. That they'll enjoy hanging out with each other at the very least.
Yeah. I can't wait to read the Philadelphia newspapers tomorrow. Captain Jenks going out with the zookeeper's wife.
One guy faxed in, after today's show, God forbid you were to die. Your life is now complete.
Yeah. I don't have to say I have any more goals. It'd be nice if the movie was a success and all that other stuff, but I've done it all.
All that's just gravy now.
Yeah. When you make a prediction and you go on the line, you want to make sure it comes true.
Sure.
But I got to admit, even I doubted.
How many people are 100% correct, though?
Not many. The phones are going nuts. What kind of faxes are you getting? What do you got over
I just told you. Those were, they're probably more now. But, everybody was into it. But they all could, the basic idea is that they can't believe that Jenks played and Jenks won.
I don't think I can believe it.
I can't either.
Can you believe it? Hello?
Hello?
Do you believe Jenks won?
I cannot believe it. I actually got through.
He got through. Well, Jenks. He dials like a madman, but...
Yeah, he'll always get through. But that he got to play.
Yeah.
And I really had no clue how she was feeling about each of the bachelors.
No, I didn't either. I didn't think that he would win. Because,
He's Captain Jenks.
He's Captain Jenks. Can you believe it? Hello? I don't know. I guess you could believe it. Hello?
Hello, is this Stern Show?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's happening?
Not too bad. I was just wondering if I could hear a KKK message sometime today.
Oh, you don't even care about the zookeeper's wife.
Oh, I love this. I love what's going on. Hey, I've been a fan of Howard for a while, man.
All right, we'll get a KKK message for you.
Who's this?
It's Howard. I'm not going to sit there and convince him. That's my Texas line.
Oh, they got that line.
Hello?
Hello.
Boy, that doesn't sound too good. I don't know if you can...
connection? Hey, Howard, you there?
Yeah.
Listen, I think you ought to syndicate that woman to all of these cities you're in. She's too good just for Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know. She's a very fine woman.
We all deserve a shot at her.
Well, you know what? After her divorce goes through, maybe each city can win a date with her.
That sounds good to me.
We'll have her on every
She'll
week.
be on tour.
Yeah, well, that's a great idea. We'll put her on tour and she can date all the listeners.
Yeah.
It'll be a full-time job dating our listeners. We'll have her
Hey, what better publicity can you get?
Yeah, I got you. All right, thank you.
Hey.
I got to get used to that Dallas accent. Hey, great. Robin, let's do a little news and then we'll let the bells in.
All right. Well, it's a very sad day for me, Howard.
Got your period?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't think that really constitutes news, Robin.
No, I wasn't sad because of anything like that.
Right.
I'm sad because Anthony Perkins is dead.
Was he a bone smuggler?
Well, it all depends on, where you draw the line, what your definition is. He admitted several years ago that he did not make love to a woman until he was 39 years old.
Really?
Yeah, and that he had a few homosexual encounters. I don't know what a few is, that's anybody's guess.
Few, maybe like 100?
Yeah. But he had some homosexual encounters, and that always felt unreal to him.
Yeah, but he kept going back for more.
But he kept doing it.
That sounds unreal.
He said he had a very, very close relationship with his mother.
Yeah. Usually
and
that's the way it goes.
why
Yeah.
he didn't know what to do, I suppose, sexually.
So you're saying he danced the meat polka? He was a lap chomper.
Well, apparently at some time in his life, yeah, I don't know how, he wasn't very open about his illness. He never admitted to. I saw accounts in the tabloids
Yes.
that he was dying of AIDS, but he never actually came forward and said anything about the illness. And afterwards, he issued a statement through a publicist that said the reason that he didn't talk about it was because he didn't think he was he wasn't good at being noble or honorable or holding up banners and carrying the torch. So he didn't think he'd be very good at it. So he decided to just quietly suffer his illness, in the bosom of his family.
So the guy who was in Psycho is dead.
Yes.
That was a great movie.
Wonderful movie.
Mother? 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 Mother, is that you? Mother. Why? I could have been in that movie. Give me a script. Mother?
Well, any sequels to be made now, we'll have to find a new Norman Bates.
Hey, you're looking at him. Mother? Mother? Mommy? Mother? Mother, I wish you had a penis.
Oh, dear.
I'm a homosexual. We could have a lot more fun. Mother?
What a thing to say.
All right, what else is in the news?
Well, let me just tell you what his final statement was.
It was mother?
No.
It was, ouch.
He said, there are many who believe that this disease is God's vengeance. But I believe it was sent to teach people how to love and understand and have compassion for each other. I have learned more about love, selflessness, and human understanding from the people I have met in this great adventure in the world of AIDS than I ever did in the cutthroat, competitive world in which I spent my life.
Sounds like he was groggy.
Oh,
that doesn't, because, I don't know if you can trust that final statement. But I'll tell you this, that guy was a good actor.
Oh, you're terrible.
That was the best movie, Psycho.
Yeah.
And he was great in it.
I don't think he ever lived it down. After that, he was basically typecast, don't you think?
He was Psycho the rest of his life. He couldn't be in anything.
That's right. I mean, all you saw was Norman Bates every time you saw him.
William Shatner laughed at him. I'm Captain Kirk. You're Psycho.
He's survived by his wife and 2 sons.
You think they knew their dad was like a homosexual?
Well, like I said, he admitted in People magazine that he hadn't made love to a woman until he was 39, and that he...
That's usually a good sign.
Smuggled a bone or two. So.
Right.
I guess they knew.
Smuggled a bone. Some newscast.
His sons were named Osgood and Elvis.
Osgood, and so was Elvis.
Also over the weekend, Arthur Ashe suffered another heart attack. He had to be rushed to a hospital. They say he's now in stable condition, and it has nothing to do with his bout with AIDS. Totally AIDS unrelated is what they're saying. Boy. I don't know how that could be, but...
Well, that's how he got AIDS in the first place.
Yes, but I don't see how, if you're in a weakened condition because of a disease and you get something else, they can say it's not related.
It's hard to know who's related to what.
But anyway, he's doing better. He's okay. And they think he'll be released from the hospital within a week.
I think he looks pretty good for having AIDS, actually.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he looks better. Some guys look better with AIDS.
No. He doesn't look better with AIDS.
I think so.
No, you look at... I would have to differ with you on that. You get some pictures of him pre-AIDS and post-AIDS.
Really?
And you'll see that there's a vast difference.
It's a nice thin look to him.
Well, he was always thin,
was he?
But now he's gaunt.
I see.
I don't like it. I don't like that gaunt look.
I enjoy it.
Oh.
Not for myself.
Meanwhile, scientists are debating as to whether you could ever find a vaccine to cure AIDS. The guy who invented the oral polio vaccine says no.
No, I agree with him. I have done some research. Robin and I, we don't brag about this, but on weekends we get together in my basement and we try to find a cure for AIDS. And what I think is going to happen is there will be a vaccine to prevent AIDS. But I don't think there's going to be a way to cure the people who have the AIDS.
Well,
There are those that are born homosexual, and then there are some who are converted to the homosexual lifestyle.
From what other religion?
Not a religion, from a heterosexual. They could have gone either way. And they are trained, or something happens in their lives, that some people actually become homosexual.
See, I don't believe that is correct either.
No,
My research has borne out,
Yeah.
now, I'm talking about my research,
Yeah.
that there's a spectrum. You know, there's heterosexual and homosexual.
Right. And then there's
there's
something
a
in between.
number of grades in between.
And the grade in between is what I'm talking about, can go either way, depending on
Sure.
what happens in their lives.
Yeah.
They're not opposed to actually doing anything. They'll just go,
right.
they'll do just about anything.
There you go.
We've had girls in here do anything that's suggested to them, whether it's with an animal or another woman or a man.
Right. There's all kinds of grades between those two.
But for the most part, these homosexuals are born homosexual. What is everyone so uptight about these guys for?
Yeah, so what? You don't like what they do behind closed doors.
Guy wants to bone another guy. Hey, there's nobody more heterosexual on this planet than me. I see another guy's ass, I head for the hills. The ass is the most disgusting part of the human body. Take a look at mine. You saw it on MTV.
You're living proof.
Yeah. And even a guy with a nice ass, like a Fred or something, I wouldn't want to mess around with it. You know what Fred's ass smells like? How could that be an aphrodisiac? If the smell of Fred's ass don't make you sick, you got a problem. But at the same point, I'm not going to put anybody down who's after Fred. Hey, if a sphincter is party central to you, have a party. Who cares? Personally, I can't believe it. Sphincter is the worst thing ever. Sphincter should not even be considered in lovemaking.
Well, a lot of gays tell me that you're fixated.
They can say whatever they want. I'm telling you, I'm 100% man.
No, they don't say that you're not 100% man, but they
Yeah.
say you're fixated on a certain part of the body, and that's not necessarily...
Yeah. They want to believe everybody's fixated.
No. What they're saying is that that's not necessarily what the majority of them do.
Trust me, I know what they're doing.
All right.
They're doing that.
I just tell you what they say.
To me, the backside is for getting rid of my lunch, breakfast, and dinner. That's what I use it for. I can't imagine somebody being turned on by it.
Oh, well.
We were just sitting here talking about what it must have been like for the zookeeper. What were you saying, Gary?
Well, I'm saying the worst part of it is forget the listeners are going to torment him and forget all of our listeners and even his listeners. But what about like all his family and friends? There's going to be that awkwardness because they all heard it. But how do you bring that up to him?
Right.
What do you do? What do you walk up to him? Even if you like.
What about like the sales guy and the general manager? Like, do they say, "Hey, your wife was on dial-a-date," or do they just ignore it? But then he's saying to himself, "Do I bring it up?" Or
it's just going to be very uncomfortable.
Especially when they walk up, they'll probably say something like, "Oh, great show today," trying to, pretend they didn't hear that.
pump him up.
And then he'll think, "Hey, are they making a cut at me, or do they really mean it, or are they just too embarrassed to bring it up?"
Can he leave the house at this point? I mean, I'd say go to another city and start all over again. Just check with me first.
Change your name.
Yeah, but you've already eliminated Cleveland, Dallas, and Baltimore, and L.A.
Yeah, he has no idea what else I'm going to eliminate in a couple of weeks. Like maybe half the country. Why don't you get Bells in here? He loves doing the news with us, and we're in the middle of it, so. Bells is a good guy.
Well, I was just about to say, Howard, is God angry at us or something?
Why? For having the bells on?
No.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Bells.
Hi, Howard. Hello, Robin.
Good morning.
How have you been, darling?
I'm just fine.
That wasn't Robin burping for the listeners out there.
Robin saw you and threw up.
Hi, guys.
So what were you doing on there? Were you eulogizing Tony Perkins? You were a good friend of his.
Tony and I, we did a couple films together.
Right.
Don't Back Into Me.
Right.
It was a Western.
One of them. A Western.
And then we did a horror picture, which was, hey, leave that alone.
That's right.
No, I mean, I'm upset that the guy bought it, but,
Right, we all are.
There's a lot of suffering in the world. Somalia.
Joe, what is it? Quickly, because Bells is here.
Howard.
Yes, you're on the air with Joe Piscopo.
Oh, how you doing, Al?
By the way, I saw your buddy. Great.
You're breaking up. All right. I talked to Ralph. He said go straight to the studio because he had to be here by 9:15.
Who are you talking to, man?
Shh. He's talking to
So
someone.
I've been
I
sitting here
don't
for
think
about...
he knows he's on. Now he's hanging up on us.
Well, we had a bleep, Joe.
We had a bleep, Joe.
Wait a second. Gary, get the tape of that and do it so I can just put a little bleep in it.
Oh, boy.
Joe was on his car phone, didn't realize he was on the air.
Yelling at someone.
And used the F word a couple of times.
So the real Joe comes out.
Yeah, the real Joe.
Yeah, what happened to the Nice Guy.
You see,
Hi.
if you overheard me, it would be the same as
Yeah,
this.
right. No, Joe is like yelling at his driver.
Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyman.
Where's the effing guy who told me that?
Right.
Joe is on his way to
Very
a gig.
revealing.
His gig is a checkout clerk. No more Mr. Nice Guy with Joe Piscopo, I'll tell you that.
Why?
He has no idea.
Get that tape for us. Joe.
Hey, Howard.
Joe, by the way, while you thought you were off the air, you were on the air yelling at your driver using the F word. So the real
We
persona.
heard you.
Yeah, we heard you.
Guys, did you bleep out the F word?
Somewhat, yeah. By the way, Joe, before you go, here's the tape of you cursing on the air.
Okay.
Here it is. You ready? Listen carefully. Joe, what is it? Quickly, because Bells is here.
Howard.
Yes, you're on the air with Joe Piscopo.
Oh, how you doing, Al?
By the way, I saw your buddy. Great.
You're breaking up. All right. I talked to Ralph. He said go straight to the studio because he had to be here by 9:15.
Who are you talking to, man?
Shh. He's talking to someone.
So I've been
I
sitting here
don't
for
think
about
he knows he's on the air.
Let him talk. Let's hear it. Hello?
We're so
Hello?
nervous. Let's eavesdrop on him.
Come out, but I asked the guard at the front door if he ever showed up, and he said no.
That's guard.
There you go.
Now he's
Did you cut out the F word?
No.
No.
No, it's not even go over the air, right?
That's Jersey Joe.
You're in trouble now.
Uh-oh. It's going to be like that Casey Kasem's tape, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great.
All right, Joe.
Howard, I love you, man.
Well, I
miss
don't know if
you.
I love you, but I'm certainly feeling physical toward you.
Okay.
No, I love you as well.
All right,
But I'll tell you who I really love is that girlfriend of yours.
Well, I'll bring it back hopefully in a couple weeks before that John Harms appearance.
Hopefully in a mini skirt.
All right, you got it.
All right, and next time, not so many jokes when you call and you make me look bad.
Okay.
All right, Joe. Listen.
Let's see what else is going on. The latest update in the Woody Allen Mia Farrow fiasco.
Hey, where is Woody? He hasn't come in here in a while.
You haven't asked for him, I don't think. You know, Woody would never just barge in.
I heard him on here one time, and he was hysterical.
Yeah, he's great. He's at his best when he's doing
chopsticks and the soy sauce that day.
Yeah.
Man, see, he still has a sense of humor.
He still has
He's
his
a very
chops.
funny man.
as
Through
they
it all.
say.
Through it all.
Yeah.
In spite of that hat.
Well, according to an article that's coming out in New York Magazine today,
Yeah.
Woody Allen
Uh-oh.
seems to have been captivated by his little daughter, Dylan, who is 7 years old, and he is accused by Mia of molesting her.
Bells, do you have to grunt through the news?
Yes, because
do me a
it's
favor. Yeah, I'll
sickening.
go sit back and relax. Sit back. Do you have to comment on every other word? I can't hear what you're saying.
Am I a guest here?
You're a guest, but for crying out loud, get it with the show. Let it talk a little.
Howard
Listen to
Stern.
that. You say that again, Robin. Here's Bells.
All right, wait a minute. I would say Woody Allen seems to have been captivated.
Let's hear what he was captivated with.
Good. Okay, great.
And apparently, this long preceded his affair with Soon Yi.
Soon Yi.
Soon ye or soon later.
Would
From
ye?
the start, Allen seemed obsessed by the little girl, according to the article. He was reluctant to leave her alone at school. His behavior struck several parents and other children as odd.
Well, here's Woody Allen.
He said, Casey Pascal, a longtime friend of Farrow, says if there was a room full of people, he would focus only on Dylan. It was unusual.
Woody, what about these latest revelations? Any truth to it that you were fascinated with Dylan?
Take off your hat. Maybe
You're
we'll
not giving
speak
him a
better.
chance to settle in and just get here, huh?
All right.
He's a nervous woman. A man. Hi, Woody.
Hi.
Yeah, great. Important guy.
Belzer, excuse me.
Make another film we can't understand. No,
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
there you
Go
go.
ahead.
Leave Woody alone.
I'm sorry.
All right? Woody's not a professional when it comes to the radio.
Yeah, good.
Anyway, Woody, this fascination you had with Dylan, what do you have to say about that?
I can't stay. I'm horny.
All right, there we go. She can't stay. All right, thank you, Woody.
Oh, my goodness. We waited all this time for that?
See, you know, Woody, what is it?
At least he's honest about it.
Is it that your lawyer is telling you that you can't really comment directly on these things? Is your lawyer's... In other words, does he sit down with you and tell you to make light of some of these situations? Is that what's going on now? You can't really answer our questions directly? Is that the problem?
I pay my lawyer a lot, and I've never molested him.
See, he's always answering my questions with a joke.
It's cryptic. I know they mean something.
I know.
He's a good writer.
Woody, but be serious for a minute, please. What is it you... come on, make a statement. Go ahead.
There's nothing wrong for showing affection to a 7-year-old with pubic hair.
Wait a minute.
Dear.
I mean, you or...
You're joking, of course.
That was a joke.
I'm sure you're joking.
Yes, certainly.
Right.
Satire, right?
Yeah. You're doing satire right now? Yes.
Yeah, good.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
He's doing something. But do me a favor, answer the charges. Don't come on here and make jokes and all this kind of thing. Answer the charges now, once and for all. Answer the charges.
Where's my yellow broad? I need soup and sex.
Soup and sex.
Oh, dear.
The guy won't answer straight questions.
No, you know why? Because he thinks that, these charges are not funny, would ye? These charges are not funny. You better respond right now.
Come on, would ye?
Say something.
When will Playboy get on the ball and start showing girls of Romper Room?
Oh, my.
I got to tell you what.
He's totally unrepentant.
He's not going to answer you, Howard.
You know what it is? You and Miss Farrow were lovers for like 12 years. It's terrible to read in the paper that the two of you can't act civilly to one another, and I can't tell what the truth is. Did you molest this child, or didn't you? I need a statement right now.
Hey, Belsner, want to borrow one of my daughters for a little fun?
Oh. Belsner.
Woody, you obviously not familiar. Richard Belzer.
There's no N in my name, Woody.
All right. Make a statement, and then I got to move on with the news. Please, Woody, and do something to defend yourself, please.
You know what gets me hot? A full diaper and yellow skin.
All right, very good.
That's not going to help your case.
There's a little yellow leaning here.
Let's just say that that's not really Woody Allen. That's Steve the engineer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Meanwhile, do you realize, Howard, that Woody was about to sign a custody agreement with Mia Farrow that would have severely limited his access to the children? He had promised that he would only see his children with supervision for the first year, and that not until they were 18 would any of the children ever be allowed to sleep over at Woody's house. And according to friends, he was willing to go along with that agreement because of the strange behavior of Mia Farrow.
Right.
She found out about the affair with Soon-Yi. So.
Well, you can't blame her for having strange behavior, Woody. After all, you're with her daughter, for God's sakes.
My pants are filling up with my affection for my family.
Oh, jeez. Well, it was her fear.
Is this guy channeling Woody?
What is that, Woody? Go ahead, please say what you have to say.
When I watch the Brady Bunch, I get such a boner.
Well, Woody, thank you. Thank you. All right, there he is. Woody.
Channeled by our lovely engineer.
That's right.
New York Magazine.
Thank you, Woody.
Isn't the only magazine with an article on Woody and Mia this week.
Is that right?
Also, Entertainment Weekly, which hits the stands today, will take up the issue.
He's something else, that Woody.
Man, he just channels every nuance.
Woody.
They say that when Mia discovered the nude pictures of her daughter in Woody's apartment,
That hurt. Yeah.
she was devastated and shocked, cried almost continuously, and began experiencing mood changes that haven't let up.
Is she still wearing that mood ring from the 70s?
I'll tell you who I like is Belzer's daughter. Mm-hmm.
You know, Howard, I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit you so hard.
Oh, you're not hitting anybody.
Your whole family will feel
You couldn't hit anybody.
All right. You're just part of your family.
You're a big pussy.
Apparently, even though Mia was having mood swings, Howard, she went back to work anyway on Husbands and Wives because she needed the money for what it would allow her to give to her kids.
Are you saying that Mia Farrow, even though she knew about the nude pictures, went back to work with Woody?
Yes, and finished the movie because she's a professional.
Because
That's what
she's
they say.
making money.
She should do something to get him back. She should order in some Chinese food and hump the delivery boy. Get him really mad.
How's that going to upset him?
Well, it'll make Woody jealous.
Yeah.
So you're telling me she actually went back and worked on the movie knowing all of this?
Yeah.
Now, that's sick.
This whole thing is
sick.
It's very bizarre.
Very bizarre.
I'd like to date Belzer's daughter.
You know, Howard, we used to
Well,
be
you
friends.
haven't dated her mother, so.
I'd like to date her mother. I'd like to date the mother and the daughter.
I'd like to say hello to my lovely wife.
If I was single,
And
I would date
all
your
the
daughter.
guys in the mailroom at Disney. What?
Would you let me date your daughter if I was single?
Yes.
You would. You wouldn't care.
Yeah, you'd be respectful.
Yeah. Dad,
Howard,
Bells.
bring back
Daddy-
the Lexus by midnight,
Yeah.
Howard.
Dad, can I borrow the keys to the Lexus?
Yeah, and don't go to the Rainbow. Just go to, Jan's coffee shop or something.
Did Barry Levinson meet your wife?
No.
Wait till he gets a load of her.
Holy Vesemir.
Hey, for those of you in Cleveland and in Dallas, can I say who your wife is?
Well, yeah, sure.
Belzer's wife's name is
Lauren
Harley
McCall.
Davidson.
Harley McBride. Harley Davidson.
Harley
That's a
McBride.
motorcycle.
Right. Harley McBride, who might have seen her in the movie Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Or Lady Chatterley's Lover 2.
Yeah.
Or Radon and Tebby. Or Mannix.
Yeah,
or
but
Rockford,
let's say
Rockford
starred in
Files.
Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Yeah, but come on. Lady Chatterley's
Jesse
Lover.
Raphael.
Lady Chatterley's Lover.
Radio show.
Has Barry met your daughter yet?
What is it with you, man?
Has Barry Levinson met your daughter yet? Answer yes or no.
I can't reach over and grab you by your...
come on, man. Lighten up.
By your luscious ass. Has he met... No, he hasn't met any of my family yet, but I'm sure
man,
he will.
forget about it.
He's a lovely man.
He's
going to
steal your family.
Well, as long as he gives me good parts.
All right.
Could have whatever he wants.
Could I finish the news?
Absolutely.
Well, this is kind of news.
Isn't it news? I thought we were in the
Howard
news.
giving my family away is news.
Yeah, well, Bell's better cooperate with me, or I could be sitting here with Joe Piscopo.
I alluded to this a little earlier. We have a big problem in several major cities with carjackings, Howard. People having their cars taken away from them at gunpoint.
Oh, yeah. That's the latest, most brazen act here in Manhattan.
That's right. And I guess the worst offense occurred last week in Maryland when a mother driving her car, her BMW, through suburbia with her child, a 22-month-old child, I think, in a car seat in the back, was taken out of her car, thrown away. Her arm got hooked up somehow in one of the seat belts.
Right.
They slammed the door. She was dragged for 1.5 miles to 2 miles. At some point during this whole endeavor, the perpetrators, as they're called in the courts, picked up the car seat with the baby in it and threw it out the window.
Did the baby die?
The baby was unharmed, luckily. The mother died.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you something.
This is in Maryland?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about this case. I was reading in the New York Times yesterday, the front page said the following, that in the hood, you know, that's like the ghetto now. They don't call it the ghetto, they call it the hood.
Mm-hmm.
That going to prison now is preferable to staying out on the street.
That's a career move.
Did you read the article?
No.
That's exactly what they said. It's considered if you do 3 or 4 years, 5 years, you come back, your stature in the neighborhood is higher. You're considered more of a main man type because, first of all, the guys come back with big muscles from working out 4 to 5 hours a day.
Yes.
And they come out, they look great. Prison is no longer a turnoff or a detriment to these guys. Locking them up in prison for killing this mother is not. We must kill. We must gas chamber these animals.
Easy, Howard.
Belzer, please. This is my show. You go to your own show. You could do Barry Levinson and you spew out whatever you want. We must kill these guys. If there is going to be a decent society, we have to go back to hanging and publicly stoning these animals.
Well, one woman on Long Island said, she wasn't even putting up a fight. They came and got her car.
Right.
As she was going into her driveway, and, she got out of the car, and this guy starts climbing into the car because they bump you in the back. One of the things they do sometimes is they hit your bumper. You get out to look at your car damage, and they jump into the car and drive off.
I told my wife, if she ever gets hit by a car,
keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah,
and you know
don't
what?
even stop anymore.
So the cops will say hit and run or something. Who cares?
Right.
Just
You're afraid
just keep going.
that it's not for real. But anyway, these people...
I'd like to hit into Belzer's wife's car, I'll tell you
Well,
that.
you stop. The people who hit this particular woman on Long Island, Howard, she wasn't even trying to make a fuss. She just looked and saw them about to drive away her car. She said, "What are you doing?" The guy turned around and said, "I'm stealing your car," and then shot her in the abdomen.
Prison cannot be a health club, Robin. That is what it's become.
I agree with you 100%.
These guys come out with muscles. I wish I had muscles like
the
that.
last thing we should be doing is allowing them to beef up.
And let me tell you something. Belzer's over here. I hear him grunting in the background every time I say we have to kill these animals. But let me tell you something about Belzer. If one of these cars that hit Belzer's wife, and it was his wife and daughter in the car, and one of these animals grabbed his wife and shot her in the abdomen, and threw your daughter out of the car in her crib, in her chassis seat, you would be screaming for the death penalty too.
Well, I would
trust me.
I would personally kill him.
Yeah, you wouldn't kill
I
anybody.
wouldn't want the state to do it.
You wouldn't kill anybody.
Personal vengeance is one thing.
So here's what we have to do now. Here's how to avoid a carjacking.
Yeah.
Lock all your doors.
Good idea.
You're a foolish person if you drive anywhere, according to the Daily News, even to get a container of milk without locking your doors.
Lock your doors. We're in a war.
How do you get out of the car, though?
When you stop for a red light, leave a bit of room so that you can get around the car in front of you.
Good thinking.
You go to Dairy Barn. They bring it right to the car.
This is like we're in a state of siege.
Of course we
Before
are.
going to your car, look around, know your surroundings, and have your keys out and ready. Open the car quickly and get in and move.
No death penalty bells? Still say that, huh?
No, you know why?
You're amazing.
I'll tell you why.
I bet you if it was your wife and daughter, you'd call for it.
No, I would go out and kill myself.
You'd be so upset. You would be so upset. You would be so upset you couldn't even plug your own gigs.
That's true.
You would forget to plug your gigs.
We're not talking about personal vengeance. We're talking about the role of the state.
A female alone at night
Yes.
who's bumped by someone should not stop. She should try to get the plate number and go to the nearest police station.
Hear, hear.
If you're parked in a lot at a shopping mall or a supermarket, look around before you approach your car. And if you see someone who looks suspicious, go back.
Call a rabbi or a priest.
I think this Bells is on drugs. Are you still on drugs?
No.
You swear?
Red wine.
You still smoke pot?
Yeah.
I think you must have smoked pot this morning.
No, I don't smoke pot in the morning.
I think you're so and I think it was laced with PCP.
Can I explain to you why I'm against the death penalty?
No, I don't want to hear dopey statements where I'm going to take personal vengeance. It shouldn't be the role of the state.
Wouldn't you?
I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to go to jail for killing. The state should be more than willing to take care of an animal.
Let me explain something.
Wouldn't you? And he's a big shot. Wouldn't you? Like this guy's equipped to take on anybody. 145 pounds.
You want to step outside?
I could blow him right over with my... Yeah?
Why don't you go outside and practice falling down?
Go right outside now. I'll kick your ass, you son of a bitch.
Here's a guy who actually took you up on that offer, Howard. An FBI agent killed a teenage carjacker in D.C.
Because the kid pulled a gun on him, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
An off-duty FBI agent shot and killed a car thief trying to steal the agent's car.
Good for him.
So he planted a gun on him that the FBI
He
always
interrupted
carries
two
when they
men
want
as
to
they
kill
tried
someone.
to steal his car.
Yeah.
One suspect turned a gun on the agent, ordering him to hand over the keys to his own car. The agent pulled his own gun and fired.
Good.
Squirt, squirt.
Good.
The reason I'm against the death penalty is because I'd rather have 100 guilty people go free than one innocent man
The whole society
or
is
woman
caving in.
killed.
Imagine a guy drags a woman out of her car, throws the baby out the window.
That's
an animal. That's
different.
Don't feel bad about putting something to sleep, an animal like that. That's just like a dog.
Yeah, if you had a mad dog, a rabid dog, you would feel that you were...
Right. Do you believe in putting a rabid dog to sleep?
Well,
stop thinking of these people as human beings.
Well, I think they should make these people clean windshields for the rest of their lives.
All right.
Underpasses.
I'm not going to argue with this guy. This guy's a big phony.
Oh,
I don't think he knows a thing in the world.
Let's talk about something that Bells can get into.
Right.
And agree on.
Okay. Don't,
the
Robin,
richest people in Hollywood.
Don't tailor make the show for Bell. That's your worst. That could be your worst mistake. All right. What about the richest people in Hollywood?
Number one.
Barry
time
Levinson.
On the Forbes list of the rich and famous.
Aaron Spelling.
Bill Cosby.
Well, hey, what are the ratings on that new show of his, Robin?
I don't know. I haven't seen any ratings, but it is awful.
It's awful.
I've watched it the last couple of nights.
Why is nobody tracking that? They always track when I do a TV show.
Yeah, you can't get the local guys to look up Bill Cosby's overnights.
I guarantee you they suck.
Well, let me tell you that Bill Cosby will make $98 million.
Wow.
By the end of this year, over the next 2 years. Yeah.
He makes that.
Let's see.
They say that most of those earnings
will go to
come from
Howard
the
Stern.
sale of his share in the Cosby Show.
Thank you.
So it's not even like he has to work anymore to maintain that number one status.
Right.
It brought in over $1 billion in syndication revenues.
Oh, and he sold his share in the show, or that's just his share?
Just what he gets as a result of them selling the show.
Now, who are you talking about? Bill Cosby, William Cosby, or Professor Will Cosby, Jr., Ph.D.?
Well, I suppose if we split it in three, he's not the wealthiest because there's three Bill Cosbys.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey is number two, making $88 million.
Are there any white people on this list, Robin?
Kevin Costner is number three, $71 million.
George Bush's friend.
I can't believe New Kids on the Block is still in the top 5 at $62 million.
That's weird. I can't believe it. Of all the white people to be on the list, New Kids on the Block.
Steven Spielberg, $57 million. Michael Jackson is number 6. George Schultz, the cartoonist, or Charles Schultz, the cartoonist, is
the ex-Secretary of State.
Yeah, I was gonna get
the owner of Pips.
Charles Schultz, $49 million. Madonna, $48 million. Julio Iglesias is number 9, and Guns N' Roses is number 10.
What about Belzer? Where does he fall out on that list?
Belzer's not on the list, Howard.
Oh, that's right. He works at Caroline's.
Johnny Carson was number 11.
That's
Arnold Schwarzenegger was
Weird.
number 14.
That's weird.
Eddie Murphy was number 15. David Copperfield was number 17. The
That
magician?
guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's stupid.
The Grateful Dead is 20th.
Wow.
Siegfried and Roy, 22nd. They made $30 million.
Pass that tiger over
Get
here.
the tiger in the cage immediately.
Pass that stripe thing over here.
Tom Clancy is the top novelist on the list.
What does he make?
He makes $29 million, and he made more than Stephen King at $28 million.
Wow, the writer's wars.
How do you get your hands on that kind of dough?
What do you do with
ZZ
it?
Top is number 25. Sylvester Stallone comes in at 30. And Arsenio Hall is on the list at number 37, making $24 million.
There's no God.
There is no God. There's no justice.
Now,
I got to get out of here. Come on. Robin, are you putting me on?
no, I'm not.
Big no talent, nothing. $24 million. Nothing. He's nothing. I got to get my hand on $24 million.
Let's see, what would we do with $24 million?
What I would do is, first of all, I'd invest some of it so I could tell everybody F you.
Right.
That'd be my first thing.
Right.
And the rest of it, I would, buy some nice homes or a nice home somewhere. You know what I mean? Like a real nice home.
Would you give any away, Howard? Would you give any away?
To who?
That's what I mean.
give to charity, of course.
Okay. With contempt.
What I'd do is I'd put a couple of shekels on your wife there and see if she'd come over to my side. I'd buy Belcher's wife from him. So here's $1 million. Let me have your wife now for a couple. Let me have her for a couple of nights.
Oh, that's different. But how dare you?
I bet your wife's attracted to me.
There's no price.
I bet your wife would go with me if we were single.
If I never existed.
Yeah,
and
I bet you I could get her.
And you put an atomic weapon to her head.
I bet you she would dig me.
Still say no.
I doubt it. You bring her in here and see if she can resist.
Yeah, right. I'm sure.
As I spit all over myself.
See if she can resist. Hey, that's Belcher's wife.
Silly bastard.
Come in.
Let me see anything else I can interest you in today. Bobby Fischer goes ahead 3-2.
I spit on Bobby Fischer.
He's a dog.
He
is a dog.
With Boris Spassky over in Yugoslavia.
There's a guy, when he comes back with his winnings, they ought to tell him, you're not welcome in this country
He may
anymore.
not win, and they shouldn't let him back here.
Well, he wins because even if he loses, he gets $1.35 million.
We got to smack him around.
That's right.
Checkmate.
You know what they should make him do when he comes back? Make him sit on each one of those chess pieces, naked. Let him absorb each one. Let him deal with that.
Suppository chess.
Right.
Checkmate. Ah!
The U.S. Open is over, and Stefan Edberg defended his title successfully.
My wife was getting all excited because we saw Pete Sampras on the plane when we came back
she
from Florida.
thought she was going to be
like his
having
lucky
known
charm.
The U.S. Open winner, huh?
Yeah, I said, hey, honey, he's winning. Pete Sampras. I didn't think he was going to win. Then I think he got diarrhea.
Yeah, he said the last match he had before this one, he got stomach cramps, and so he wasn't feeling very well.
He slept with Roberto Duran the night before. I guess.
No, he didn't. So anyway.
No mas.
So my wife was thinking like she was Pete Sampras's lucky charm.
I see. Well, maybe she was his bad luck charm. Did she ever think of it that way?
Yeah, well, now, obviously. Now she keeps her mouth shut. I go, honey, you see what you did for Pete Sampras? That's what you do for me. I could be making $24 million like Arsenio.
What airline were you on?
I don't know. I don't even remember. I was on some airline. He was sitting there. He was flying into the U.S. Open, and he was with this piece of ass. Oh, man. What a girl this was. And he's not even good looking.
No, he's not.
A big hairy monkey. He looks like a monkey. You know, he looks like Hermie from Summer of '72 or Summer of '42.
Yes, he does.
Hermie.
Remember Hermie from Summer of '42? And he's sitting there with this piece of ass who's like full of life, running around the plane, jiggling a thing, dressing down so every guy won't be staring at her. Meanwhile, it makes no difference. Definitely right out of a magazine. And she's just having the time of her life. Oh, Pete.
Pete, serve me another one.
Yeah, serve it right here. Come on, 40 love.
Netball.
Give me your net balls.
Out.
Also in the news today, Christy Brinkley.
Ouch.
Takes her plunge into TV. She's going to be the new host of a CNN TV show called Living in the 90s.
Yeah, good.
It will be on the air at 10:30 every day.
I have no respect for her.
She respects you.
No, I have no respect for her.
Why not?
Because she married a guy for money and not for love.
We're gonna marry for money, and you'll take it all and then get
No way Christy Brinkley would date a guy like Billy Joel if he wasn't Billy Joel. There's just no way.
Not.
That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, on the show, Brinkley will introduce stories, put together some of her own, and interview guests.
Oh, great.
She beat out Deborah Norville for this job.
Gee, tough competition.
CNN built her a special set in Manhattan, which resembles a Central Park South pied-à-terre, according to Christy.
Christy, what a life! And imagine how this what's her name, the one who got beat out,
Deborah Norville.
Here she is, a newswoman. A model beat her out.
Well, Christy says she knows that, she has a lot of things that she can transfer from her expertise in modeling to television, but there are certain techniques to interviewing that she needs to work on, she says.
Yeah, it's real hard. Common sense.
Forming words.
I just want to tell you what she said. I'm used to them giving me the questions and answering, and I can ramble on for as long as I want.
Great.
But when it comes to listening, you have to wait for them to finish.
Wow.
And then you have to be ready with the next thing.
You can tell she really thought this thing through. She didn't just jump into this job.
That's right. She's really thought about the responsibilities here.
I'm going to tell you something, because people say to me all the time, how can your competitors beat you on the radio? I'm going to tell you something. Either you're a good interviewer or you're not. It's not a learned skill. It's called being a conversationalist. It's having a certain something. It's being raised in a certain environment and having a certain amount of brain power, and all that combined makes you good and compelling and interesting.
Can't be taught.
Can't be taught. I mean, so you write down a couple of questions and somebody can ask the questions. I mean, what Christy Brinkley, that's what they're going to do for her.
Of course, but she has to remember to wait till they finish
Yeah.
and then say the next thing.
You imagine she has to learn how to wait for somebody to finish. That's what she's got to learn. You imagine this, and you would hire her to be an interviewer? Imagine a girl, you say, listen, we want you to do an interview show. Look, I feel compelled to tell you this. I'm going to have to learn certain things. Okay, what are you going to have to learn? How to cross your legs the right way? No. I have to learn how to wait till the person finishes talking. All right, listen, come here, Chris. Come.
It's like, you know what Vanna White once, they interviewed Vanna White, and they said, what does it require for this job? She said, well, the first thing you have to do is learn the alphabet.
Right.
She was serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to really know the alphabet.
Yeah. It's 26 letters.
Right.
Well, you'll be happy to know that Vanna's having a baby now.
Yeah.
B-A-B.
Hey, Vanna, wait until the car stops before you get out. That's another tip for living.
Even if someone bumps you from behind.
Right, honey.
Also, remember today that Geraldo will be having his special show on neo-Nazis.
Good for
right.
him.
Yeah, he was in here. He brought the tape in. He punched some Nazis in the face.
He did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good for him.
Got into a fight with Nazis.
Finally did something good.
Whoopi Goldberg's show debuts tonight with her one-on-one interview with Elizabeth Taylor.
Can you picture her being interested in anyone else?
Uh-huh.
Who, Whoopi?
Yeah.
No way. She asked you to be on that show?
No.
Asked me. I turned it down.
My friend's producing it.
Who's that?
Rocco Orbisi.
I turned down the Whoopi Goldberg show.
He's a great guy.
I know you did. I'm
always proud when I turn stuff down.
Rocco's a great guy. It is fun to turn things down, isn't it? Someday I'll learn what that's like, right, Howard?
Right. I'm just wondering what Bell's has turned down.
Yeah, I turned down opening a fairground in Minsk.
Yeah.
It's about the only job I ever turned down.
What else, Robin? Anything?
Donahue is having a 25th anniversary special on TV. Will be on in prime time on NBC.
Good.
On November 16th, and other talk show hosts, including Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jesse Raphael, and others, will pay homage.
Oh, really?
Imagine if you dropped the bomb on that studio.
Yeah. Will they actually be there live, or it will be taped?
I don't know how they'll pay homage, but they'll be a part of the show. Also, David Letterman will appear.
Wow.
Barbara
Boy.
Walters, Bryant Gumbel, and Diane Sawyer.
How they get Letterman? Letterman will be on tape.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, Letterman doesn't do anything.
Of course.
Yeah, he can't do that. He can't be bothered with that. Much too busy. Well, this Donahue is so thrilled to have a 25th anniversary because otherwise he'd have to sit home with that Yenta Marlo Thomas and hear her whine all day.
My father was the funniest man who ever... Shut up.
Yeah, just shut up, Marlo. Just shut up. Shut up, you annoying bitch.
I wanted to ask you about something that's going on over in Tel Aviv. Some pregnant English women.
That hurt.
All due within the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Want to have their babies in the Red Sea surrounded by dolphins.
Jewish dolphins.
Why?
Because
they think that the dolphins may be able to get in contact with the babies mentally.
Who is a bunch of Jews in the Red Sea?
No, English people.
English people.
They have this theory that the dolphins will be able to communicate with the children.
Well, you want to know something? I have a metal plate in my head that can contact Mars, so that's not totally wrong to try. You know what you do? You drop a net over them, the dolphins, and everything.
It's a girl. It's a girl. That was the actual dolphin speaking.
Hello? 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 Hello?
They think the friendly, peaceful mammals will calm them during the final phases of labor.
Great, sure. It's important.
Dolphins create direct contact with the women and with their biological sonar system.
Yeah, I hope that
according to this doctor.
I hope these babies drown while they're doing this.
They are able to see the babies in the mother's body.
Well, it'll discourage other people from doing it.
I guess you're right. We have to sacrifice a few for the many.
You ever see these women? They insist on having the birth in a tub at home.
Yes, underwater.
Underwater, they decided this. So you know what happens? The babies come out, and many times they drown in the tub.
Yes.
And I think that's the greatest. These yentas who come up with these birthing techniques underwater, they should really, and then they should drown themselves.
For thousands of years, women just went in the woods, they squatted, they had the baby.
Right. No, they're
now
going
you
to
got to
improve
have
it.
15 doctors and drugs.
Now you're going to improve that by being in a bathtub on a tank underneath the water.
Yeah, well, what did the dolphins add to that experience? That's what I
The
want.
dolphins had nothing. You know what a dolphin is? A dolphin's another fish.
No, they're not even a fish, you big lug.
A mammal?
Yes.
Yes, they're mammals.
They breathe air.
That's a fish. Let me tell you something. Anything that's in the water is a fish.
Now, wait a minute.
I don't care what you call it. It's a fish with a big penis nose and a blowhole.
Pardon the expression.
You're calling that a mammal? That's a fish.
It has its baby the same way we do.
I could care less how it has a baby.
You should do a nature show. The truth about nature.
Let me tell you something.
Truth about
you think
nature.
that the dolphin isn't a fish?
Well, let me
come on, be honest.
Let's put it this way: they can't come over the house and watch TV with you.
And I'll tell you something. A dolphin doesn't know anything. Dolphin has it's brighter than a flounder, but it's not. It's not. What do you think that a fish is going to do?
I think dolphins are smarter than Dan Quayle.
People are so stupid. They're always looking for something. They're always looking for an answer. It's just like these people who go and pay pilgrimage to anybody who says they saw the Blessed Virgin Mother.
Yeah.
Anybody who sees the Blessed Virgin Mother in some kind of drunken delusion.
I've seen her.
They go, yeah, I've seen her too. They go over and they start paying $5 to, and they all go visit. And they get statues, and the statues are crying. It's the same thing with these dolphins. Somewhere, somebody got a bug up their ass about dolphins, and they figured that these dolphins are going to give them some kind of brain power. Can you imagine this?
John Lilly.
So that's absolutely absurd. I would like to interview these people, Robin.
Well, they're over in Tel Aviv. You could give them a call.
Gary, get me that number for tomorrow's
I
show.
want to go to Dolphin University.
And finally today, Howard, you know that the Miss America pageant is coming up.
Oh, you Wysp.
I understand, you know, they pull out all the stops.
Excuse me, Belzer.
What?
After every sentence, you got us comment. Oy vey is mere?
Do you want me to wait in the hall?
She just said, but why everything she says you have to comment on?
What is it with you today, man?
No, I mean, you're making me a little disturbed.
I am? You want to switch seats?
No, how come you're commenting? She says the Miss America pageant's coming up. You go, oy vey is mere.
What does that
because
mean?
She said they're changing.
You know what you have? You have verbal drive like I've never seen on a guy.
Verbal drive?
You just keep commenting on everything. Why would you say oy vey is mere after she says, just seriously, explain that comment to me.
Okay, say the line again, Rob.
I said, you know that the Miss America pageant is coming up, and they pull out all the stops for this event.
Oy vey is mere. All the stops. Now, what does that mean?
You don't know what that means?
You have tremendous verbal drive.
What does that mean?
I've never seen a guy. He has a verbal drive like I've never seen.
He's got to talk.
He's got to say something. Wait till you have something funny to say,
Okay,
then say it.
That's a good point.
All right, go ahead.
That's a very good
What, are you working yourself up?
Working myself
Where
down.
I was going with this
Go ahead, Robin.
is that, you know, the women all fill out applications and they give you a resume of what they've gone through and what they've accomplished in their lives.
Yeah, great.
One woman this year competing has cancer.
Oh, good.
And she's in remission.
Great.
So while in remission, she's going to compete in the Miss America pageant.
That's so wrong.
Like she won't win, not a sympathy.
Yeah, right.
What if she wins and dies?
Hi, Regis. I have cancer.
You win.
You win.
I thought about it. What if she, you know, all of a sudden gets the illness again, has to go into chemotherapy, and then you got Miss America, she's bald from the radiation treatment.
Robin, come on.
Robin.
Robin, have you no decency?
Come on, Robin.
You know.
I thought that
Have
would be
you no
interesting.
decency at
Going
You know,
around the
Belzer had
country
cancer.
talking to
Right,
young
Belz?
people.
Yeah, I was bald for a while.
Belzer had cancer.
Well, he didn't tour.
No, I wasn't bald.
He didn't enter the Miss America pageant.
That you know of.
I heard for her talent portion of the show, she's going to show her x-rays.
I wish I said that.
It's better than oy vey.
Yeah, good.
I thought that
great,
was
but-
rather interesting. Also in the news today, they say two of the other contestants have asked a third contestant, who's a doctor, to prescribe diuretics for them
That hurt.
because they'd like to lose a little more weight before that swimsuit competition.
Diuretics is not that.
Yes, it does. It gets rid of water
No,
weight.
but they made a fart noise.
I
I
don't
got their
know.
anatomy wrong.
Oh, I
Belzer.
thought you were talking to me.
Belzer, please. All right, go ahead, Robin. Anything
I was
else?
just saying, they asked the doctor
Yeah.
in the pageant for a diuretic prescription. Of course, the doctor said no, she's competing with them too.
Class wins out here today.
Belzer wants pure comedy.
Well, he better go elsewhere then, hadn't he?
Yep. Hey, man, diuretic doesn't do that. Yeah, great.
Who doesn't do that?
Yeah. Diuretic. Makes you lose water, not fart. Oh, okay, good.
Good writing.
Yeah,
This
good.
writing wrong here was really
right,
good.
right, yeah, sure.
Yeah, good writing.
Yeah. You go to Caroline's on September 7th. Look how serious Belzer. Notice he doesn't
all of a
interrupt
sudden he's
this.
quiet. He
Yeah,
doesn't
this is
interrupt
great.
you now.
He's like, shh, shh, shh.
Come on,
No,
don't
oy vey.
Start talking.
Yeah.
Oy
depart
vey.
from
Oy
the
vey.
text.
Hey, every time I say that,
Yes.
you say oy vey.
Don't depart from the text.
September 17th
Oy vey.
at 7 o'clock
Oh, my.
and 9 p.m.
Oy vey.
Mirror.
Listen to Dave Herman this afternoon for your chance to win tickets.
Oy vey.
Oy
Tuesday,
vey.
Wednesday at 8.
Oy shkabibble.
Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 at Caroline's also.
Oh.
Yeah, good.
Oh, yeah, right. Someone cares. Okay. All right. No, Bells is
You
great.
come to the taping, Howard?
Yes, I am.
You are?
I would like to come, yes.
Oy
Would you
vey.
introduce me?
What?
Would you introduce me?
Yes, I'd love to. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, patronize me more.
Yeah, I'm going to do that and ruin my career.
You could show,
All
my,
right.
you could show my ass.
Yeah,
on
like I
your
want to be on
show.
Showtime.
Yeah,
Sure.
good. Yeah, all right.
Okay. Jackie, Penthouse Joke Page Martling.
I wish we hadn't run out of time. We could talk about Paco. I want to discuss.
You know what? I ripped that out of the paper, too.
Yeah.
The DJ?
Why don't we talk about it tomorrow morning?
Okay.
DJ?
Yeah, I'll save the article.
Is he still around, Paco?
Well, he was.
Well, yeah,
What?
but
What happened?
He went to jail
Oh,
on heroin
no.
charges, right?
He's a really
Yes.
nice guy.
Got out of jail. They gave him a job because they felt bad for him.
Right.
And then they threw him off there because he was drunk the other day on the air. Is that right, Robin?
yeah, he was drinking on the job, apparently.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. We have to call
did you
him.
see in the paper over the weekend, Imus says that the company should give him another chance?
Yeah, good. Why don't you get a
Imus
company
understands.
and hire a few drunks? People who have a drinking problem. We know Paco. We can call him.
He's a
Yeah.
good guy. Tell him I said hello.
Who?
Paco.
Oh, he's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
You don't even know him.
I did his radio show like 10 years ago, 12 years ago.
Oh, and he's a good guy.
He was nice to me.
I see.
That's all I can go by. Why, you know something else?
No, he is a good guy.
Mr. Doubt the Bells every second?
No, it's just I just was shocked that you were on the Paco show. I didn't see you appealing to a Spanish audience.
You speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
Mis sabios de pesca en la cocina?
Hey, I told you never to mention that
Oh, come
on
on.
the air.
Mis sabios de pesca en la cocina?
My wife speaks to the maid. I don't.
Okay, Jackie. Proven that Paco was
Baba
drunk
Booey.
on the air? You know, he might not have been drunk. Maybe
It
he had a
could have
medication.
been diabetes or something.
Yeah, we have to call him and find out. It might have been medication. Gary, you line that up for tomorrow. Get Paco. Paco Panty Party on.
Paco
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
Hello, Howard. I was not drinking. I was just having myself a good time, and people assume things, and I'm getting into a streak of very bad luck, and I think it'll all change very soon because
What was his defense for the
Robitussin.
heroin
He was taking
possession?
I was delivering a birthday cake to my friend, and they did not tell me the heroin was. I said, hey, I don't know what the hell. I'm doing a favor for a friend here. I'm Paco. And these guys don't believe me. Next thing I know, I'm doing 5 to 20.
That explains everything.
And now I take a couple of analgesics for my health. And then they accuse me of drinking. And I'm going to fight this in court. Oh, that's all I got to say. Now leave me the hell alone, all right?
Paco in his own defense.
Right. The Bells is always very funny. Bells, we love you.
Love you, Howard.
Thank you for coming in.
My pleasure.
Give a big kiss to your wife for me.
I will.
And your beautiful daughter.
I certainly will.
You don't want to do anything
How about
but
my
kiss
cats?
her?
What about
All
my
right,
cats?
give her a big kiss
Wow, and I'm
and get
surprised at you.
with your wife. Go all the way for her for me, and with your daughter, third
Don't
base.
even think it.
Third base.
Don't even think
for
it.
me.
Not
Give
even
her third base
not
for
even
me.
the on-deck circle.
All right, the Bells, everybody. Go see them at Caroline's, and we'll be back with you tomorrow. Shouldn't we thank Annette DeBella, the zookeeper's
Oh,
wife?
absolutely. Did we
That was
forget?
incredible.
Wasn't that incredible?
Yeah.
The zookeeper's wife?
Incredible.
Zookeeper wife
What did she look
dilatate.
like?
What?
What did she look like?
Cute. I thought she was cute. What did you guys think?
She looks like a lot of fun and cute.
Are we
Yeah.
on the air?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh. And the guy that's going to go out with her is your caller?
Captain Jenks.
And that's the guy that DeBella used to slam and say you have no
Yeah,
life?
yeah.
And now that guy's going out with his wife?
Right. Isn't that great?
You know, it's like a literary justice
Yes.
or something.
It all comes home when Belzer says it. You sort of figure out how bad it is.
Oh, yeah. Belzer's picking up on it, and he's a busy guy.
I'm very
He's got
busy.
a series with Barry Levinson, and he even sees how humiliating it is. Can you imagine, like, who do you hate in show business?
Who do I hate?
Give me
in
the
show-
name of somebody. Anybody.
Oh, I love everybody.
But who don't you like? Billy Crystal?
I like Billy.
Who don't you like? Chevy?
Andrew Dreidel Silverstein?
Pick someone else, someone I can get
I
behind.
once heard you say you weren't fond of Whoopi Goldberg.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but
Oh,
she wouldn't
sorry.
marry my wife.
Yeah, pick a guy that you really don't like.
Who don't I really like? Who's Rush Limbaugh?
Nah, he's not in show business.
Reichenberger.
He's not
Yes,
in show
he is.
business. Come on.
John Sununu. He's on Crossfire.
What happened to you and Chevy Chase in that writing gig? That ever materialized?
I have a show now, and Chevy needs me as a counselor. I'd be glad to help him.
Who don't you like? Give me, come on, you know there's a lot of guys you don't like. Give me somebody.
Give me names. I don't know. Who don't I like? Rich Little.
All right.
Rich Little.
Can you imagine Rich Little is with your wife?
Yeah.
On the radio?
Oh, Zamir. Sorry.
All right, look, I got to go. I can't talk to Belzer anymore. I'll discuss this with you tomorrow.